Walk with the men. I been building up the blocks like a man. Elliot got water dripping out the city. Oh my God, boy he got a Glock. Oh my God, boy that boy on top. Sip and walk, make my heart stop. All these hoes, yeah my love my thigh. Yo, oh let go, put her on roll, put that on payroll, put that hoe on go. Yeah she like to go, yeah she love to blow. Get that dick so, like a snow cone. Yo, get that bag, show 'em how to ball. I'm in the mall, yeah I'm saying. Give me a minute, yeah, I need a minute. I'm in a minute, I'm need a minute. I'm gonna tell you, hey, Cardi being pippin', Cardi being kick the shit in. Yeah, give me a minute.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's DGE, Dolphin Gang Entertainment. It's your boy DG. And we back early with it. I'm back at the crib now, so I'm going to just go over some stadium practice film, and then I know there's practice today. I can't make it out today. I will be out there tomorrow, and I'll try to make it out there for the joint practice on Thursday, I believe. So I'll be there for those 2 days, but we just gonna react to some film. Practice starts at 9:30. Yes, at 9:30. So we still got some time. Hopefully, I can get through it, and we can check Twitter to get any updates that we may see about practice today. But thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. Right now we at what 6,700, 6,700. So hey. 10K is a big goal for me. 10K. Hold on one second. These were all the clips that I took yesterday. Not yesterday, but was it Saturday? Yeah, it was Saturday. Okay. I think everybody recorded Saturday. Excuse me. There's nobody today, money. Tomorrow, I know it's Thursday that they're doing a joint practice with the Giants on Thursday. But on Tuesday, I believe it's whatchamacallit. You gotta be a season ticket member for Tuesday to get any type of merch. That's what it is. But yeah, I'm live. I'm seeing you texting me right now. If you need a link, hit me up on Twitter. Coleman was off to the sideline. Same thing with Trader. Greg, I'm not too sure what's up with him, but I think he's coming back from an injury. Coleman moving. Coleman is moving, man. I'm telling you. He's a fast receiver. Excuse me. The returners, it seems like it will be Jalen Reagor, Tutu Atwell, Malik Washington, and Jalen Wright. Those were the main guys that I've seen, going back there to return punts. So I don't know out of all those guys who would probably get the job, but as of right now, I think it will be Malik Washington. I could be wrong though. It could be somebody else. That guy was in the way, most definitely. It seemed like they were trying to do these drills in regards to helping the returner get that vision when they're trying to return the ball. So I kind of like this drill. This looked the smoothest with Malik Washington though. I got everybody returning with this one. Appreciate you, Christian Lee. Appreciate you. I was seeing this. I was wondering what Coach Hafley was thinking at this moment. I was thinking about it. I was like, And it was special teams too when he was there. It wasn't clear. This is in chronological order as well. So everything happened one by one. So later on, you'll see the 11 on 11s, like the big plays. I'm pretty sure I got everything. I feel like right now they're talking about getting a receiver right here. That's what I feel like. They're looking at the receivers. They're trying to see if they need one or if they don't need one. Because with the GM, he be around the whole practice. The thing about Chris Greer, some days you'll see Chris Greer, some days you don't. But with this GM, you see him day after day after day. That's why I like this GM right here. Seems like he's a little bit more serious than our last GM. Hey, shout out to Chris Greer. He over there with Holmes with the Detroit Lions. So hey, maybe he could draft some good players over there. Who knows? But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. That's the fullback right there. Jalen Wright, he's more explosive than Ollie Gordon. More explosive. I say Ollie Gordon has a lot of power, but it's not that much of a difference between him and Jalen Wright. It seemed like he's running with a purpose. That's what it seemed like. He running for a reason. That was for my story. Just DBs in the back pedal right here. DBs in the back pedal. Hold on real quick. Just give me 1 second. That's Marco, Zane Anderson, Jason Marshall. I think this is Ethan right here. That's Chris. Come on, you gotta get that. Alex Austin right here. That's Lewis Moore right here. Battles, the guy who got 2 picks, the other practice. We'll see if you could carve out a role in our DB room. We'll see. This is a green, a tall DB, 6'1", 6'2". I give him a shot. If our D line get pressure, it's gonna make our DB so much better for sure. I feel like we got good ones with Chris Johnson and Brent, but our D line has to perform to help those guys to cover for a shorter period of time, especially against good receivers. Ethan Bonner. Just the running back taking the handoff. Number 30, he a stocky guy. Very stocky. He look like he got some power to him. Sad thing about practice today, this day, during the stadium practice, was Bernowski just got cut before this practice. I thought I was going to see 16 out there, but they cut him right before this practice, bro. It was crazy. Now we only got 3 QBs. Maybe they bring in another one. Maybe Bernowski wasn't good enough. So we're going to see. We need one more QB. We can't live with just 3 QBs. We need more than that. You see, name a GM that does this right here. I know there's probably a few, but this GM, he's so in tune with the players. That's like his main priority, getting the right players. Look at him looking at their footwork, nonstop. He was everywhere around the football field. He ain't leave once. He was either having like a conversation with somebody on the sideline, or he's just looking at players just like this. Locked in. I love this GM right here already. We just got to win games for me to love you even more, for sure. Our GM and coach have eyes on all players. That's a fact. You would have thought he was a coach. You would have thought the GM was a coach based off how he was looking at the players. Cam Miller beat out Gronowski for the third spot QB. For now, until they bring in somebody else, I feel like they're going to bring in another quarterback that they feel lives up to the standard. I'm hearing that the Colts might release Anthony Richardson because nobody wants to trade for him, and maybe we should bring in Anthony Richardson just to try it out if he's going to get released. Don't trade for him if nobody else going to trade for him. Just let the Colts release him. Maybe we could just pick him up just to see if he's better than Cam Miller. So he could be the third string, Quinn Ewers second string. It was Kenneth Grant about to break the sled. What's good, Cat and Nine? What's good, fam? How you doing? Max Llewellyn, I believe in this rookie right here. I feel like he's a hidden gem, and he's gonna get a few sacks for us. He's gonna be that Andrew Van Ginkel, that 2.0 Andrew Van Ginkel. I believe it. See, there goes Coach Austin Clark. He was here last year. So that goes to show you, like, people respect him around the league in regards to him, like, staying here through different regimes. So shout out to the D-line coach. But there goes Zeke Biggers right here. Could have did better than that. Can't really gonna be QB2. I don't think so. I think Quinn Ewers, he gonna be okay, man. People saying he's performing bad, but I feel like Ewers, he's coming into his own in regards to how he looked like in Texas originally. When he was a highly touted recruit coming out of high school. So I think it's coming back for him. So I think that QB2 spot belongs to him. It's just that third spot. Maybe we bring in another QB that's capable of getting that third spot, or we keep Cam Miller on that third spot. There go AJ Henning. AJ Henning, he gonna be good, man. I figured out that he played running back in high school, got 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving. That's tough to do, but he did that in high school. So there's something to him other than what people think. Somebody who didn't get drafted by us, so on and so forth. But I think he's gonna prove some people wrong. They're like, oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Caleb Douglas, he don't look bad. I'm not even gonna lie, he don't look bad. That's Donovan. Okay. Just the DBs going through some drills real quick in regards to like tackling, getting to the ball. Marco almost flipped. I feel like we just got a lot of guys that we just don't know their ceilings yet. You know, with some of them we know their floors. But we just don't know their ceilings. But we got all of them on the team to figure out who's gonna be somebody we could keep towards the next group of guys in the defensive back room. I'm pretty sure we're gonna pick a guy early next year. But hey, you just got to prove yourself on the Dolphins. There's a lot of other DB rooms in the NFL that have better guys than us, but we're trying to figure out who are the guys that we got to keep, and the guys we got to let go. You know, Shout out to Frederick Dunlap. Good morning, my boy. Great morning. I don't usually stream in the morning, but I have a little bit more flexibility now to stream in the morning. But I'm gonna still hop on randomly when I have time, though, for sure, for sure. These one-on-ones right here, one-on-ones, they get real serious during the one-on-one, real serious. Patrick Paul versus Josh Uche. You see that kickback he did? He got there wide, gave him no space. So good job by Patrick Paul on this one. The best tackle on the team. Pretty sure about that. Best tackle on the team. Got to start more over Taffy. Find safety help. To fan or trader much either. People giving him a pass like he did something last year. I can see a case where Moore could start over Taffy. I'm not even gonna lie, like Taffy hasn't separated himself to the point where we should start him over Moore, in my opinion. But that may happen in these next coming weeks. But I could see that happening with Moore. He looks like he should have got drafted. That's what he looks like. This is Caden Proctor versus Zach Sealer. Intense matchup right here. But it's been going one way each time I see this during practice. One way. It's either Zach Sealer is that washed or Caden Proctor is that good, to be honest. Yeah, Caden Proctor, like he gonna be a top tier guard in the NFL early. That's what it seems like. This was a good matchup too. Jordan Phillips versus Aaron Brewer. These matchups right here usually go 50-50. Sometimes Aaron Brewer, he got him, but Jordan Phillips, he'll get his get back. But it seemed like Brewer got the upper hand on Jordan Phillips. Even though Jordan Phillips got more size on him compared to Aaron Brewer's showing like he's just too strong for this right here, man. He got that country strength. You see the D-line coach like, hey, it's Aaron Brewer, man. Just walk it off, man. It's Aaron Brewer. Just walk it off. Jonah versus Grant right here. There you go, Jonah. But I want to see more hand placement and attack. Block with more of a intent on that one. But hey, at least he won that rep. Austin Jackson, a decent rep, but Chop Robinson may be in the real game. Here go Charlie Heck. That's versus Trey Moore. This is the guy I've been telling y'all that's been lined up at edge and middle linebacker too. So he gonna be the jack of all trades that nobody's really talking about. I like Trey Moore. Esther versus Butler. Ooh. That's Meyer. Meyer, he like that. He been here since last year, so he gotta act like a veteran now, pretty much. Even though you're the backup, when Aaron Brewer can't play, we're hoping that you could hold up and do well, just like Aaron Brewer could. You got a top tier center in front of you, so you gotta learn everything that Aaron Brewer knows how to do. Go Zeke bigger. Come on, Zeke. You gotta do better than that. Use your hand. What is that? Gottlieb. You go Max Llewellyn right here. Oh no, that's Cam Good right here. Hey Cam. Man, Marquise, you gotta do better than that. Gotta do better. Especially if you're gonna be that swing tackle for us, you gotta do better. There goes a Cooper right here. I mean, it's Caden Proctor. It's Caden Proctor, so I give Keith Cooper that. Caden Proctor, he been doing this all practice. Every time I see him go one-on-one with somebody, he holding them up. I think I only seen him lose once, in my opinion, once or twice. That's Mulba. This is our late round pick from Texas, the guard that we had picked up versus Jordan. Come on, Jordan. I know you can do better than that. You probably tired. You're probably tired on that, right? It's a rookie right here. You can't let a rookie do you like that. You can't. There go Ajabi, David. I'm just saying David. And then we have a Klein. It look like good job by Klein. Jabo, I gotta see better. Mm, even kill. They might call holding on that one, but I don't think so. This is South Carolina versus Esther. Man, I hate these fans, dog. Man, only if he had knew. Good job by Meyer, blocking Kenneth Grant, showing his strength, because with Kenneth Grant, like I told you, I think he's like the strongest. I think he's the strongest guy on the D line, but I could be wrong. But good match. Jonah, you should win this one, versus Butler. Good job, Jonah. Okay, Jonah. Okay. Improvement. Improvement. Here goes Marquise versus Max Llewellyn. They even let Max Llewellyn play the three technique sometimes. Good move. Okay. That was the third string center, so I don't Is this the worst Miami Dolphins roster ever? I wouldn't take it to that level. There's a lot of potential on this roster to the point where everybody assumes that we're going to be the worst team or one of the worst teams, but this could be one of those surprise teams. I could really see it happening for the Dolphins. I think the win total for us is like 5.5, 4.5, something like that. But I think we could easily go over that. Just off of everybody thinking that this is a bad roster, but it's actually a pretty good one. Based off Cam Proctor, I like our left side of the O line, including the center. But it's just the right side. We need more stability. Maybe Campbell, the guy from Texas, he comes and saves the day, or we invest in another tackle. Who knows? Because I know that we need one. I definitely know it. If we could build this O line to be solid, to remain together throughout the whole year, then I feel like we could definitely, prove people wrong that this roster is not bad and that is actually good, in my opinion. You see, like Campbell, he's showing what he could do. Not bad, but he still needs some work. I give him that. Good morning, Linda Jackson. How you doing? Appreciate you. Good morning, Dolphin gang. You already know what it is. That was Austin Jackson right there. I'm telling you, Caden Proctor, he did. He that. He's that. He's that. I love Ruben Bain, but Caden Proctor, man. Caden Proctor, I feel like we made the right pick. All of us were worried when we picked him, but now I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. Every practice I go to, I feel comfortable with the Caden Proctor pick. Good job by Andrew Meyer. I just feel like Jordan Phillips, he got tired. He was losing reps on these. Gottlieb versus Llewellyn. Llewellyn, he still has to develop. I just give him some time. This year I feel like he's going to emerge in some big moments. I really do believe in Llewellyn. I do. All right, so our first scrimmage play, we got that coming up. I dropped film from Saturday in the Discord. All right, I'm gonna check it out. You going out there today? Will you be out there today? Let me know because I'm not gonna be out there. I'm gonna be here streaming while practice goes on. So I'll give you all some updates. What's up, Oni? Oni the Real Survive. How you doing? Good morning, Christian.
Let's go, Malik! Let's go, Malik! Let's go, Malik! Let's go, Malik!
You know anybody who going? Anybody in the Discord that's going? And then I'll just get it from the Discord if everybody's going today.
Let's go, Malik! Let's go, Malik! Let's go!
They talk about Josh Uche on that. I'm gonna tackle for loss.
Let's go, Malik! Let's go, Malik!
You see the shade that he's lined up in, but you still got Trey Moore on the outside too. All right, so he pushes Austin Jackson away. Man, get on my face, man. Get a tackle. Come on, Austin. Come on, man. We hoping that you could work this year for us. But, man, we can't see this right here. Come on. Hey, Josh. Hey. Okay. Here goes Malik. Good pass protection. I love this right here. Who Austin Jackson got? Okay, you got Chop Robinson. Okay. I like this. Man, that's you, Malik. Come on, Malik. You can't drop that. But, hey, it's kind of – the sun is probably, like, blocking his vision on this one. he kind of tipped it. Guess who it is? Jacob Rodriguez. Always around the ball, man. Always around the ball, man. I know we got a good linebacker, but come on, let Malik at least complete the pass, please. Come on. Always around the ball. Another run by Jalen Wright. Good blocking so far. They pulled Jonah on this one. They pulled him. Okay, let's see how Jonah move. Okay. Good job. Okay. There you go. You push him back. But Jalen Wright, you gotta read this better, man. You gotta read this better. I mean, Turner, I forgot his first name, but Turner, the tight end, he was, but he let the guy come off of him to make the tackle. If he just held on, a crease would have been there, then it would have been on Taffy to make that tackle. But guess who it is? Jordan Brooks. We got an official defense, man. Very official defense. Coach Hafley, he walk around like he's not worried about Malik Willis. It seems like he's confident that Malik Willis will perform well this year. You know how with some quarterbacks, the way the coach acts with them, like Brian Flores with Tua, you can kind of tell like he has, little to no faith in the quarterback. But with Hafley, he walks around like there's no issues in Miami. Like, we good. We good. Hopefully it shows in the record this year. Yeah, that's right. That's Jordan Phillips versus Aaron Brewer. Okay. Look at Jordan. Good tackle. Good tackle. Aaron Brewer, you got to stay in on that one. You got to stay in on that. Right here, you got A-Chan, Patrick Paul, Caden Proctor, Aaron Brewer, Jonah, Austin Jackson. This is our starting O-line right here. Our starting O-line. There's some starters out on defense, but this seems like our starting O-line unless we sign somebody or what it may be. Good catch by Tutu. Seemed like AJ Green was in on that. But Malik Willis showing his ability, to fake the run. He got me on that one. I'm like, oh snap! I thought AJ had the ball. Jacob Rodriguez again. I'm pretty sure he will be the starter. I'm pretty sure about it. Tyrod Dodson, he's not that far off, but I just have a good feeling like they're going to let Jacob Rodriguez and Jordan Brooks be out there majority of the time together. But if Jacob Rodriguez, doesn't play up to what we're expecting, then that might be some playing time for Tyrod Dodson to come in and be that other linebacker beside Jordan Brooks. Two experienced guys instead of one rookie and one experienced guy. But I feel like Jacob Rodriguez, he's gonna pick up the game easily, just like at practice. He's showing us like, man, this is like clockwork for him. This is nothing. You know, sideline to sideline, hands on the ball. You see it, you're saying everything out here. Quinn Ewers. Come on, Quinn. You know you can't run. You know you can't run. But that's Robert Bill, I think, on the coverage sack.
On the ball.
Okay, Zeke Biggers. Okay. Remind you, he's 6'6", 6'7", 100 pounds. Come on, Meyer. Come on, Meyer. That's on you right here. That's on you. Like that. You see this right here? Who was this? Hold up. Come on, Robert. You can't be on the floor like that. Come on, Robert. It was this person right here. Good job defeating the double team. That's South Carolina right there. Okay, Cam. Okay. Well, who is that with the pressure? I'm telling you, man, these fans, bro, right in front of my camera. That's Taj Washington versus Battle. Pretty good job on this throw by Cam Miller. I'm not even gonna lie. Throws like this gonna keep you on the team, man. Throws like this will keep you on the team. We don't have Gronowski no more, but Cam Miller, every once in a blue moon, you will see him make a throw like this. Compared to Gronowski, you wouldn't see anything like this. Either he ran the ball or he was throwing it short, But that was Rager, coming up from the middle. Yeah, right here, Rager.
Come on.
Coverage tackle right there. Cam Miller, he's not fast, but he's athletic, I guess. I'll say that. This is the backup old line, so okay. It looks pretty good from here, but I see a linebacker. Lewis 41, the guy that we just got from the Patriots. He came to block him. But he don't know the scheme yet, so here goes Halfley talking with the defense.
Fans, it's your turn to be the cameraman. Take out your phones and scan the QR codes now and enjoy your selfie game.
I think the ceiling for our defense, man, is like a top 12 defense, right at 12. The floor could be like a bottom 10, but I got faith in everybody's ability and what they could do best.
Go, Molly!
Who's that? Taffy and Dotson. Strong catch by Washington. That play, but that was Zane Anderson on the tackle. There go Jordan Phillips being aggressive. Hold on, is a press conference going on right now? I might put on the press conference. Hold on. Then we'll go back to the film. Miami Dolphins press conference.
Did everybody say happy birthday to Ann?
Happy birthday.
Should I do this before the film or after the film? Maybe I should finish the film then go to the press conference. I kind of do want to finish the film first. So, who was that? Okay. Yeah, that was Douglas right there on that one. But you see how wide Josh Uche is on this one? Good job by Patrick Paul, but good quick throw by.
Go deep.
That was a good throw by Malik Willis. To Torre. Good job rolling out. That's one thing that we could use to our advantage in regards to Malik Willis. Him rolling out. Since he's so fast, he saves us so much time in regards to rolling out and the defenders can't really catch up to him. Whenever Tua would roll out, you would see people catch up to Tua. But with Malik Willis, you have a little bit more time because of his athleticism, like his speed and everything that he has. So we just gotta hone in on his ability to run the ball and throw, and he's doing it on the run on this one. That was one of his best throws throughout the whole practice, right there. One of his best. Good hole right there. Good job, O-line. Good job by 72, opening up that hole. Just kick. It's right here, wide open. Wide open, man. There go the guard pulling. That boy move. Okay, I like that pull right there. Who is this? Is this see Meyer? I see Meyer on this one. That boy not playing. You know, it's hard to snap the ball and pull. Hard. Oh, he tripped. He pretty much made the block though. He did. He did. He kind of cut him. Yeah, he would have got up there, but the other person made a tackle and he fumbled. Man, this would have been a good block right here if he just stayed up. Good block. But I like that. Meyer moving, man. I like that, man. Thank you, Christian Lee. There go Jalen Rager. Texas to TCU right here on this one. Little screenplay. You know, Gottlieb, he out there, he running. Okay, Gottlieb. Okay, Gottlieb. You know, Gottlieb pulling that left tackle. No, this is a screenplay, so he's not pulling, but he's going to the second level. Who's your assignment? The safety, Lewis Moore. You gotta go get him. Come on, big boy. I mean, everybody else came the other direction. So 34, the fullback, didn't help at all. And then we got some dogs right here. I think that's Kyle Lewis who came. Kyle Lewis, he came in and made a tackle. Yeah, that's a sack right there. We came off the edge on that one. That was Terrence Marshall Jr., the receiver out of LSU. Played with Justin Jefferson, played with Jamar Chase. So we're hoping that we could get our version of an LSU receiver. You know, the last LSU receiver we had was Jarvis Landry. It wasn't too bad. So can Terrence Marshall live up to that pedigree? That's what we got to figure out. But this is a sack. Not too sure who it is off the edge. Right in front of our GM. You watching like, damn, we might have to keep him on the roster. Cam Miller at QB. This is a Woodyard, the guy that we got from UNLV. This is Ethan right here. This is Trey Moore at linebacker, the guy that they be using at edge. Here he is at linebacker. There goes Ojabo on the outside, and here goes Cam Good. I believe this is Butler and Cooper right here. So backup level guys in on this one. Good tackle by Cam Good. Motion. That's pretty much a Jabo ride right there on that one. That probably would have been a sack on the Jabo versus Marquise. Do that versus Patrick Paul, then I'll be impressed. There you go, Hankerson, the 5'8" running back we got from Oregon State. Good hit. Good hit by Willie King on that one. Hold on, I gotta reset. 8-3. But that's Turner, and then Willie Gay with the tackle. I'm not even gonna lie. I think Turner's gonna be, a good tight end. I'm not too sure why, but I think he's gonna be a good tight end. No gain on that one. There go H-in on the outside. A good tackle by Ethan Bonner. Outside containment. Come on, Kenneth. You was doing it in college? Y'all remember when Kenneth ran down that running back versus Penn State? Y'all remember that play, right? Here you go. This is your opportunity. That running back was fast, so you should be able to catch up to Malik. But if this was Tua, sack, forced fumble, Tua out for the rest of the game. But since this Malik, buying more time, running out of bounds, ball out. That's what's you're gonna tell. That's what's gonna be the difference this year. But I'm not lying. He moving. I'm not even gonna lie. Big boy moving. He is moving. Z Biggers and who's that? Willie Gay on that tackle. Zeke Biggers just manhandled his guy right here. $63. I don't know who that is, but nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna fly with the Dolphins, man. 68. Incomplete. Good catch by Taj Washington. You know, Taj Washington, he popped out a little bit during this stadium practice. I ain't gonna lie. He popped out a little bit. Little jet sweep to Jalen Rager. Seemed like the coaching staff really want to see what Jalen Rager can do. That's what it seemed like. Let's see. No problem, Dundee. Hey, Evelyn, our O-line, D-line, tight end, and we are all better than they were last season. Wide receiver, the overall, and edge are worse. QB is unknown. Yes, sir. We got to figure that out. Tank for Arch. Hey, we'll see. If he end up being good with Malik Willis, don't need to tank for Arch. I just feel like we should get a QB regardless. I feel like there's going to be a lot of good QBs available in this draft to the point where we might get one in like the third round, fourth round. If Malik Willis shows that he's good but not good enough, then we can still target QB in like the third, fourth round if it gets too late for us to get a QB in the first round, in my opinion. So if we're really bad, then we'll probably have that first pick to get Arch Manning. But if we're like half decent or pretty good, but Malik Willis shows us that he's still not a franchise quarterback, maybe with our 17 pick, we could pick up a tackle or safety, a cornerback. And then with our fourth round pick, we get a QB that people probably would have picked in the first round, but he fell to the fourth round. We just picked that guy up. What I said in the last stream, I said Sellers. Lenore Sellers is a good option. A guy who probably would get picked in the first round, but maybe he falls to the third, fourth, or fifth round. Would be a good guy to put behind Malik Willis just based off what those guys do for offenses. Yeah, we won't be tanking, but that's on the quarterback to perform with the team that he got around him right now, for sure. Jalen Rager, he don't look too fast, but he okay. He okay. Decent pass protection. Cameron Good. Yeah. Can't really just threw that one away. I'm not too sure. Okay, you talking about we won't be tanking. Okay. It don't look like it looks like a tanking roster, but with the quarterback we just picked up and the amount of money that we paid him, it's kind of like if Malik Willis could elevate the roster that we have now currently, then we found a franchise quarterback with the money that we paid him, which is not top of the dollar market for quarterbacks. If we end up having a good quarterback with the amount of money that we're paying Malik Willis, that's definitely a discount. But he has to show us if it's going to be for years on in regards to how he's going to perform for the Dolphins. If we still have doubts, then next year we must pick a quarterback. There will be a lot of quarterbacks available. So it could be a tanking year if Malik Willis is bad. But if Malik Willis is good, then I feel like this team gonna try to shoot for the stars. Because Malik, speaking of Malik, we got him right here. A good run by AJ. There go your offense right here. There go your offense. You see on this one, they got Zeke Biggers at edge. So they wasn't playing around when they was talking about Zeke Biggers. He gonna play more of the edges here. You know, he slimmed down as well. There goes Carmack right here. Ooh, Chop Robinson. I don't know if that would be maybe a sack. I'm not too sure, but this is Malik Willis. You know, Tua never did this right here. Tua never did this. That's why it's gonna be so good to have a Tutu out there with Malik Willis. You know, people gonna be so worried about Malik Willis running to the point where Tutu gonna be wide open deep. Malik Willis has the arm to get it down there. You know, I'm pretty sure we all seen Malik Willis pro day. I'm pretty sure about that. Let me check it out.
Prentice, look, based on,
This is Tutu right here. This is Tutu. He had respect from his brothers. Athletic build. You know, he could throw it deep even with his feet not being completely on the ground. He can. You know, when I seen this back a few years ago, I was like, man, I seen Zach Wilson do the same thing at his pro day. Why should I take this serious? You know, but maybe Malik Willis proves us wrong in regards to maybe we should have taken him serious because, you know, before Liberty, I think he was at Auburn, something of that nature. I could be wrong. Malik Willis, 24/7 Sports. Wait, hold on. Malik Willis, 24/7 Sports. Okay, so I'm gonna go to his recruiting profile. Yeah, he was committed to Auburn, a SEC school. He was good enough. Right here it says he's 6'2". He's like 6'1", 6 foot right now. But right here it says he was good enough to go to Auburn. He was that good, but I guess he got beat out in a quarterback competition. I forgot the quarterback that beat him out at Auburn, and he ended up leaving, going to Liberty, you know, putting up some good numbers. So he went through some adversity throughout his career. I'm not even gonna lie, he went through some adversities which could help him prove that he's actually a good quarterback because he went through some type of adversity with the Green Bay Packers. Maybe he is better than Jordan Love. Who knows? But we're gonna see and find out this year. We're gonna definitely see. And we play the Green Bay Packers this year too. Hey, that's gonna be a very good game. Very good game. Shout out to Malik. Shout out to Malik. Jalen Wright with the run. Probably would have got tackled by Willie Gay on this one. Jalen Wright running with the power. Max, he trying to get in there and make the tackle. He got washed out. Good block by Cole Turner. Ooh, that was nasty. Ooh, that was nasty. Ooh, that was nasty. That was nasty right there. Look what Cole Turner did to Max. Come on, Max. I know you're a rookie, but man, this is. It's okay, Max. You learning. But good, powerful one by Jalen Wright on this one. Good, powerful one. I know I always say this, but I absolutely love what you do in these deep dives. No one does this. I appreciate you, Dundee. Me being an athlete, that's just me knowing exactly what to look at, on the football field. I'm probably going to start working with the Dolphins pretty soon. I'm going to let you guys know. I'm in the woodworks working with ESPN West Palm to cover the Dolphins and help them out with the season. So I have some exclusive access, so subscribe now or you're going to miss out on everything I got in store with the team. So hey, lock in right now before it's too late. Lock in, man. All right. There goes a Quinn Ewers. This is AJ Henning. Look what he does on this one. He was getting jiggy in the end zone, jiggy. But this kid was in the way. There go Marco. Good hit, Marco. Good hit. I like that. Okay. You don't want to tackle your teammate, but you want to let them know, like, I would if it was actually a real game, man. Cam Miller, Cam Good. One thing about Cam Miller, when he rolls out, nothing crazy happens. Like, it's either you're going to throw the ball away or, when he rolls out, he doesn't make a lot of plays. But when he stays in the pocket and actually finds the person, he can make a few throws here or there. throws a pick to Ethan Robinson. Throws a pick to Ethan Robinson. But what I just told y'all, look what he did on this play. Look what he did. He rolled out on that one. Look, the guy was wide open on this one. Wide open. Look, you could have just thrown it to the outside. Come on, man. Come on, Cam. You can't be doing this right here. This is an easy throw. Josh Allen is making this throw. I think even Tua making this throw right here, man. Come on, Cam. Like you threw the ball a little bit too lightly. The target was right here. Ethan Robinson, he's like 5'9", 5'10", and you let him cover ground like this to pick the ball off. Insane, man. The guy right there, he was calling him Malik. I had to tell him it's Malik, not Malik. Yeah. It goes the offense. Could have thrown it better. You know, pressure came, but I'm like, where the pressure came. Who is this? Zeke Biggers? Yeah, it looked like Zeke Biggers on that one. But here's the strange thing about this scheme right here. It's like, okay, so you got Tyler Dotson lined up right here, and you got Zach Sealer and I think Zeke Biggers lined up on both sides of Jonah. It's kind of like a three-man front, but you know, there's gonna be too much pressure on Jonah. You got Sealer and somebody else on both sides of them. Not somebody at the 3 technique, not somebody at the 1 technique. You know, this is strange, but hey, let Hafley do his thing, man. Let Hafley do his thing. Dundee Dolphin, DG has been doing this deep dive since he started this podcast. Yeah, for sure. I've been doing these, you know, but each year we're trying to elevate and do better each year. Always good for me to encourage our young podcast creators. Yeah. You know, I'm only 28, man, so I'm pretty sure I'm the youngest guy doing it right now for the Dolphin community. Pretty sure about it. I know I even have a t-shirt to prove it. Hey, shout out to a Dundee. Shout out to Malik could do better, you know. Aaron throw, you know, a lot of pressure on that one, you know, coming from Jonah's side based off how they scheming it up. Drop by A-Chain rarely happens. Rarely happens. He had that one to hit his hands. He hit his hands. Who is that on the pressure? Z Biggers. Z Biggers. Sometimes he look like another Calais Campbell out there, man. Sometimes just because of his size itself. Malik Willis, he be trying those hard throws. Caleb Douglas, he was definitely covered on that one, no separation. He still tried it, but the good thing is they don't end up being intercepted, But when Tua be trying these throws, they be getting picked off. Sometimes you got to throw a throw so perfectly to the point where the defender cannot even have a chance to pick it off. Sometimes it got to be that way. Okay, Chop. Okay. But Austin Jackson is not being consistent at practice. Good move, man. Look at that gang sign. Good catch by Caleb Douglas versus Jason Marshall. I be seeing that matchup often. Jason Marshall learning from going up against Caleb Douglas, vice versa. I don't know who getting the most work in regards to, Jason. He was here ever since last year. And, Douglas, he's a rookie. But, Douglas, as of right now, he might look like the receiver with the most upside in the receiving room. I could be wrong. Maybe Coleman. But we're going to see who emerges and leads the team in receiving yards this year. That's a good question to ask. Who will lead the team in receiving yards? Maybe it might end up being a tight end. I'm hearing that we're bringing Ertz in. Is it Zach Ertz? I'm not too sure. In for a visit. So we might get another tight end. So our personnel may be that 2 tight end personnel more consistently in regards to running the ball and only having a few receivers out there since we don't have like any big time receivers. That might be the case, but who knows? We're gonna see. That's for Caleb Douglas. It seemed like Caleb Douglas began the most targets in the receiving room right now currently. A good catch by Taj Washington. A good throw by Quinn Ewers. Come on, Marco. This ain't Tyreek Hill. You was there too. He was definitely there, Marco. So we need better. I was thinking about moving Marco to safety. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's see him at safety, and let's bring in another corner. But I like Marco though. I want Marco to succeed for sure. Incomplete out of bounds. Quinn Ewers. Throws it deep, could have been picked up by Green on that one. Field goal kick. Let's go. Do it again. You see how they got both of the linebackers shaded on the center right here. You know, that's scary. This remind me of like that Brian Flores defense.
Right there, right there.
Good coverage by Ethan Bonner on Michigan right here. Ethan Bonner again. Okay, Ethan Bonner. Okay, Ethan. 2 plays in a row. A play by Ethan Bonner. 2 plays in a row. In my opinion, Malik needs to do better in a shrinking pocket. Needs to keep his eyes downfield better and step into his throws better too. You know, that's true. But with him knowing that he could run too, sometimes he may just break the pocket and scramble just because of him knowing that he could outrun a few people. You know, just get that first down rather than get hit trying to get 70. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like he's going to play smart to that degree, knowing like I can't take too much hits. If I take too much hits, even though I'm a running quarterback, I can't take too much hits. I got to be there for the team. What's good, Jeff? Cam Miller D. Good catch by the 6'4" receiver that we got in the room. You know, just because of that alone itself, you know, he might have carved out a role on this receiver room.
All right, Marshall Jr., let's go.
34, you could have done better than that, man. You just let the 6'4" receiver go up and get it. You know, you should have got up and got it too. If you know this receiver is this tall coming and they just throwing it up, you know, that's your time to locate the ball and get to that high point before that receiver does. You know, especially since he's that type of height. You know, over Major Burns, over Ethan Bonner, embarrassing. Keith Hooper with the tackle on that one. There go Coach Hafley watching the team. Out of bounds. You know, Cam Miller, he looked iffy out there, man. He's a run tackle by Rudy. And I think that was the end of practice, man. The end of the stadium practice. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on practice. Let me see what updates we're getting from practice right now. Okay. Let me just put on Coach Hafley.
Did everybody have birthday Sully today?
When we see him, if we see him.
This was a few minutes ago too.
Happy birthday, Ann. Happy birthday, Sully. Happy birthday, Ann. How about that? Sully and Ann having the same birthday.
Strong
We got
Leos.
more. Come on in. Before you enter, you got to wish Ann a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, man. How are you?
And you got to wish Sully one if you see him today, too.
Will do.
So that means nice articles today.
Will do.
Sully's
That's the only thing I write.
be nice to Ann today. All right. Anybody else coming that we have to? So if anybody walks in, you guys know the drill. Okay. Happy birthday, Ann. All right. What do we got?
I have a couple of
Injuries. You love it. Let me ask you. Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
When you guys get together, does everybody say you got the injuries? Is that like?
No, actually,
Harry Jackson.
yes, you
We'll take care of everyone he's here.
We like to do the housekeeping first.
All right, I appreciate it. So who are you asking about?
Zane Gonzalez, Juju Brents.
Yeah, I would say Zane will be week to week. Juju, I don't think Juju will practice this week, but I don't think it's going to be anything long term. But I would.
Juju hurt already?
If I wanted to play it cautious, I would say Juju will be out this week. Anyone else? He'll be a few weeks. Yeah. He will not be practicing today. He'll be a few weeks. Gosh, that's a lot of typing. Anybody else?
Anything on any of the guys who have been out, Kevin Coleman Jr., Jonathan Trader?
Yeah. I don't expect, for Coleman, I don't expect him this week. Sims getting close. I don't think he'll practice this week. Who's the other one you asked? Dante, I don't think will practice this week either. They're getting close. Hopefully next week.
Don, we're talking to you here before the game on Friday night. As far as playing starters or not playing.
Everybody who is on our team right now needs to be ready to play. That's how I see it. Like, truthfully, what I'd like to see is how many reps each guy gets in the Washington practice, right? And who comes out of the Washington practice healthy. The Washington practice is really important to me. I think it's a really good time with where we're at in the competition, not really to evaluate the team, okay, but to evaluate the individuals. Now, I think you always want to evaluate everything, so I say that loosely. But
So he pretty much saying, like, if you already got your roster spot locked in, you don't even have to worry. You just want to see the guys that still got to prove themselves and see who's worthy of still being on the team.
I think it's an important time to go against a different color jersey, different stimulus, change of environment. I think that's a really, really good opportunity to see, where some of our guys are at in these competitions that we have. So I want to maximize the reps in that practice. So, for example, if a player were to get 40 plus reps in practice, which might be a little bit high with only a day in between, how much can I really play him? Can we really play him in a preseason game 2 years later? We got to be safe there, right? So what I'd like to do, so we can kind of end those questions of who's playing, is let me see where we're at after the practice. I'd like for everybody to be available to play. And then if I have to pull certain guys or dial down certain guys based on the reps that they got in that Washington practice, then we'll do so. Make sense? So I'll have a better answer to that Wednesday night at some point when we figure all that out. And that's just me being honest.
Do you have a different, evaluation scale for rookies versus veterans in the joint practices?
No, not at all. I don't look at anything different between the rookies and the veterans in the competition scale at all right now. I want to see where our guys are at against different players and who can go up against a different colored jersey and elevate themselves. And I'm very, very excited to see that.
Echan led the NFL in yards per rush last year.
Okay.
Does that provide some level of encouragement relative to what the team might be able to accomplish in the run game this year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Echan is a dynamic player. I think he's one of the best at his position in the game, whether it's in the backfield or catching the ball from the backfield, lining up as a wide receiver wherever we put him. So I'm excited about that.
And sticking with Echan, what kind of little things has he done away from the practice field or even on the practice field since signing this contract that just make you feel even more confident in giving him that extension?
Well, I think you watch him in the backfield. I think it's his vision, it's his acceleration. I think what's underlooked with Echan is how smart of a player he is, and I've said that before. You can have some really awesome conversations with him about protection, about what he sees, about what the defense is doing. Not just a really, really good football player, but a really smart football player. He's fun to be around. He's had a great attitude on the field. You know, there's times when him and I joke around, but then we have serious conversations. We go back and forth on what the defense was called, what the offense was called, and what would have worked, what I don't think would have worked, and fun guy to be around. And then just I watch him how he'll in his own way go from player to player and help him out and push him and lead him. I think he's growing as a leader, and we need him to do so.
Remember the first time you were kind of exposed
Shout out
to
to
his play?
AJ.
Was it when he was in college, or when do you remember first watching?
I remember it really well. It was 2 years ago when we were getting ready to play the Dolphins when I was in Green Bay, and I had not been exposed to him. And I said, this is a guy that's not talked enough about in the NFL, and I don't understand why. And he's making me lose sleep, and I think he's the most dynamic player on the team. So it's the first time, and just
Didn't we lose that game? If I'm not mistaken, didn't we lose that game? Green Bay Packers versus Miami Dolphins 2 years ago.
17 on November 28, 2024 against the Dolphins.
Yeah, Tua had threw 3 picks this game. Was it this game? Full box score. You know, A-Chain ain't played this game, so it was another game. $30-17. Yeah, the Green Bay Packers won 30-17. And what date was this? November 28th, Packers versus Dolphins. Okay, here were the actual stats for this game. Tua threw 2 touchdowns, 37 of 46. Tua had defeated the cold narratives during this time for sure. He did. We had Jonah Smith. Jonah had 10 catches, 113 yards. This wasn't a bad game by Tua, I guess. But we still lost 30-17. Sadly enough, still lost 30-17. Well, Tucker Craft had a good game. Jaden Reed 2 touchdowns this game. Josh Jacobs, he scored. We had Tyreek Hill. He scored. Devon A-Chain had 8 carries, 56 yards. He had 7 carries, 14 yards rushing. So Hafley stopped him in the running game, but he couldn't stop him in the passing game. Couldn't stop him in the passing game.
My opinion, and I think I said it, if you go back and listen to my media, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I even made a statement like, this guy should be talked about a lot more than he is because he's that good, and he should be considered right now along with the best backs in the NFL.
You had a mic'd up that went out on our social channels the other day. You talked to a lot of guys about taking chances in practice, being aggressive, using your length, and pressing for cornerbacks on the outside. How do you develop the trust within players to allow them to maybe go outside their comfort zone, to maybe put bad tape out there? And then also, how does that change the way you evaluate when guys are trying new things in practice?
Yeah, I mean, that's everything that I believe in. I mean, that's like when I talk about process over result. And that's all part of the process of practice. When we go out and practice, to me, that's the time. Like I made the example for the corner. Like some guys get so comfortable, right? And they're so scared to make a mistake that they play things safe. How do you grow if you're going to play things safe? That doesn't make any sense to me because you're comfortable or you don't want to look bad. It's not about looking bad. It's about like, I really want you to try this technique because of who you are, because for that example, because you have length. Like try the technique, sit in there. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. Try it again. All right. And then let's see if you can get better at it. Let's see what you can get away with in practice, and don't worry about the result. Like worry about the process of getting better to be the best player you can be, and not just being stuck like this. Because if you just go through anything in life, just nice and comfortable, and I know it's okay, maybe not great, maybe not bad, you're not going to get any better. Like step out of your comfort zone. Don't worry about the results. That's what practice is for. Right. That's why I get mad in practice. Like I think bad coaching is when a guy gets beat and you just go up and you yell at him. Like, no, like ask him, what'd you do? What'd you see? What'd you try? Did it work? Let's go back and watch it on film. Like, if the guy's not running to the ball or he's lack of effort or physicality, then yeah, yell at him. But like, this is where these guys get paralyzed in their minds, and I just don't want that to happen. So when I see a long corner and I get a flashback, you're not using your length. Like, step and punch and try something different. I think that's huge for everybody on our team, and it's just how we need to coach these guys.
How is Bonner?
Seems like he's a great mental coach as well, not just an X's and O's type of coach. You know, he's a great people person.
Bonner's doing good, very consistent, very, very quiet, very professional. And you guys have seen it. He's made a lot of plays, and it's not just like here or there. He's just really consistent right now. So he's a guy that
he's talking
good, very on our team, and it's just how we need to coach these guys.
How is Bonner doing?
Bonner's doing good.
Oh,
very consistent, very, very quiet, very professional. And you guys have seen it. He's made a lot of plays, and it's not just like here or there. He's just really consistent right now. So he's a guy that I can't wait to see like line up in a one-on-one against another colored jersey and third down, cover another guy. And I'm very pleased with Bonner right now.
That's good to hear. Knowing that he's impressed with Ethan Bonner. You know, he ain't bring Ethan Bonner in. He was already on the team when he came in. So the fact that he's impressing this coaching staff means he's doing everything the right way every day.
After your defense is without two top defensive backs such as Juju Brents and Dante Trader, do you expect the offense to take advantage and exploit that? Do you expect Malik to do that? And have you seen that? Did you see that on Saturday?
I'm not really worried about that in practice right now. I mean, there's so many things that are more important to me. It's just in a game, for sure. If somebody has a weakness, I think we need to attack it. And if we have a weakness, then what do we need to do? We need to figure out how to protect it, whether we have to change scheme, do something different. But in practice right now, it's just the little things and the details, and the next guy needs to step up and be able to, you know, see if he can compete and take over. Those things are way more important to me.
Circling back to, I think was it your second answer, you know, how eager is this team to kind of, I know you have the practice today, but get out to DC and get ready to maybe get Chippy on the field?
Yeah, I think anytime you're in camp this long and you keep going against the same guys, and it kind of, like, let's be real, it kind of gets a little old, and it starts to get a little chippy within itself because it's just day after day hitting the same guy and going up. I think there's probably a huge level of excitement, and I think for some of these young guys, there's probably some anxiety. And I think that's really important to get out of the way. Like, as much as you can put them in different situations where there is some anxiety and they get anxious to see how they can handle that. It's even when we went in the stadium the other day. I mean, we put them in the locker room for an hour just to kind of give that pregame feel. And you can see as I walked around, it felt like we were back in the season, back in a game. Then we went out in the stadium and there's some fans there, new environment. Then I said, we're going to tackle. And some guys got a little bit more. So you got to keep ramping that up so we get ready for the first game. But I'm excited for it. I think that's a great question you should ask them today.
Jalen's open for the last few weeks or so.
Again, really good pro. I think he's had some really good moments, and I kind of gave you guys the same answer the other day. Everybody just, it's the consistency over time. Can they get all that done? But the one thing I know, he's going to go out, he's going to work really hard every single day. I love the way he's blocking on the perimeter. I think he has a great attitude. I think he's really good with the young players, and he's becoming dependable.
How many periods to go tackles?
So it seems like he's just playing his role. I don't know if he's trying to carve out a role as the receiver number one for the team, or he's cool with what he's been doing his whole career in regards to being that receiver that stays in the background, like a receiver by committee. You know, that's how it was with the Green Bay Packers when Hafley was there. You know, it was receiver by committee until a receiver steps up and shows that he could be a receiver number one. You know, so they're trying to build the same thing in Miami and seeing what receiver emerges as the top receiver in the room. Or if everybody shows that they can't emerge to be that, then we'll just play it by role and play it by committee, just like people do with running backs when they don't have a solidified number one running back.
Saturday, and did you get the desired result?
We had 2 periods that we tackled. Yeah, we got the desired results that we wanted. I got to see a different level of physicality. I think it cranked up. Whether it was the D line, whether it was the wideouts blocking, the offensive line blocking, I got to see some guys tackle. We got to correct some guys in tackling situation. I think it's really important to understand that there's a lot that goes into it. I think being a physical football team is huge to us. Like, we want to be a physical team. So I think you got to practice physical, not all the time, because I think there's a fine line, right? You need to balance, stay healthy, keep guys up. But then there's a safety. You have to tackle in our game, right? And we need to teach how to tackle safely. There were some instances on film where guys were dropping their head, and those are great coachable moments where we have to tackle in a safe way. You got to keep your head up. You got to see what you hit. So there were some really cool moments there. We got to see what I love in live periods is everybody thinks it's about like the running back and the O-line and the D-line. We got to see some wideouts, like on a 3rd and 7. Can you catch the ball and get the first down? And then if you're a corner, like in practice, if it's 3rd and 5 and a guy tags a guy at 4 yards, everybody thinks it's 4th down. All right, can you really make the tackle? Like, who can make those tackles? And then I think it's important, you mentioned live, and I think all of a sudden the players are kind of like, their hearts start racing a little bit more. We got to do that on Friday. In my opinion, to make them do that the first time Friday is not fair to the players. I don't think that's good coaching. For me. For other teams, I get it. I totally respect it, but just not for us right now.
Speaking of your coaching, before training camp started, you kind of were saying you were going through checkpoints of where you want to be during certain times of training camp. Has that evolved as you get deeper in? You're starting to see how the guys are kind of stepping up, building that confidence and that chemistry?
For sure. I think right now we have how we want to practice, how we run to the football, how we're being physical, all that stuff I'm seeing. And now the next step is it's the details. It's the details within the scheme, right? Because we also need to be a team that does not have a lot of pre-snap penalties, does not have post-snap penalties, that does not go backward. We need to be a disciplined football team. And that's the next step that we really need to clean up as we go through these next 3 weeks of football.
I like that.
Has long been an issue with the Dolphins, it seems. How do you clean that up? Is it free running a play if a guy jumps, or what do you do?
Yeah, I think it's an issue. I don't think it's just an issue with the Miami Dolphins. I think it's an issue around the league. I mean, pre-snap penalties, it's all right. It's this early on in practice, right? So I had this conversation with Bobby. Do you want to change the count? Do you just want to have the quarterback go to the line and go on the first hut every single time? Because if you do that, you're not going to have many penalties. But do you want to change the count? Yeah, I want to change the count, because if you don't change the count, the defense is going to tee off and get off the ball, and it's going to be easy for the defense.
Right.
Okay. So then we want to change the count early in camp. Guess what? You're going to get the defense to jump, or you're going to get your offensive tackle to jump. So you're going to see a lot of them. So there's risk reward, and I'm okay with that right now. And that's what I told Bobby. If we're going to change the count and go on 2, 3 on the first sound, we have to be willing early on to deal with some of those. But to your point, now, as we get going, we have to clean those up. You need to bring awareness to it. So you've seen we've had officials at just about every practice, right? In my past experiences, when you don't do that and you might miss some as a coach or a player, you got to bring awareness to it. So they're throwing flags.
Right.
And then at night, it's consistently talking about it and showing them 3rd and 5 just went to 3rd and 10. We had a red zone play the other day that would have been a touchdown, but we were lined up and covered up with the tight end. It's called the guy out in the meeting and said, look, man, I love you, but you can't. This was a touchdown.
Like, you could keep the offense simple just so you won't get a lot of penalties, but when you try to mix it up and keep the defense guessing, it's good to, do different pitch counts to keep the defense off balance and not give them the advantage. So it seems like they're teaching Malik Willis the harder stuff in regards to running a successful offense, or you can make it basic, but at that moment you're helping out the defense, the risk versus reward. So it seems like he's honed in on the exact details and things in regards to the football game and how you need to win. I'm liking this guy more than McDaniel right now. I like McDaniel's offense and his scheme or whatever, but I'm liking this guy in regards to being a leader of men.
Now, this is a 7-point penalty. So you got to bring awareness to it. And then if they continue, you got to take them out. And if that continues and you have those penalties where you're costing yourself big plays, you got to find a different way to coach them. You got to find a different player too. So it's constantly just coaching it and preaching it and showing it. But there's risk reward to what we want to do.
I was looking at the Commanders' defense, and it looks a little bit better on paper, at least, than people are giving it credit for. I guess, what do you want to see out of Malik Willis, Devon Achane versus this defense?
Just, I have a ton of respect for Dan Quinn as a defensive coach and as a head coach. Dan Quinn's teams are going to play great defense. I don't know all the names on it, but I'd be willing to bet with Dan they're going to play good defense. I'm just, whether it's the Giants, the Falcons, I don't care what team we play right now. It's again more process than result. And I know none of you guys want to hear that. I think you gave a great example of it. I want to see us go out and compete. I want to see us execute and be detailed, and I want to see us be extremely physical and run and hit and play the game clean. And I want to see us better against the Giants than we were against Washington. And I want to see us better against Atlanta than we were against the Giants, because I just think we have to keep building this thing. So when it's all said and done, we're way better than we were when we started. That's the most important thing to me right now.
What you said about penalties, I was curious to know, how do you walk that line? How long does it take you to make that determination? We need to coach him better, or he's not the guy, and get rid of a guy. How do you kind of go through that process?
Put it more on the coaching and teaching, and hopefully it never gets to that point. Very rarely will I ever say it's the guy and he can't learn, he can't do this. I'm not big on that. I think we need to bring him along and coach it better, or find a new way to coach him or a new way to teach him. So hopefully it doesn't get to that point. I mean, if a guy's going to continuously make us go backward, we need to do whatever we can to fix that. But hopefully it does not get to that point. I think that's our job as coaches, to teach, to walk through, to show on video, to be demanding, to let them understand the importance of it. And hopefully we'll get to that point. That's like the last resort right there.
Will you guys bring in a fourth quarterback?
Better question for Sully. You want a fourth quarterback?
I do.
Well, you and Sully can have that conversation. Happy birthday, Sully.
I'm gonna call Sully myself and ask him, "Hey, Sully, man, we need somebody else, Sully. Come on, man. I'm guessing practice already started. Omar Kelly with a few updates. The Patriots are releasing Caden Wallace, and he's saying Dolphins need O-line help. So, hey, I'm going to check him out to see if he's viable enough. We don't have Zach Sealer at practice today. Sealer doesn't take days off, and this isn't really a day off staff. So, hopefully, it's nothing serious. Gonna see Jordan Phillips, Zeke Biggers, and Kenneth Grant together. Patrick Paul, Chop Robinson got into a little grabby on their next rep. These guys are tired of facing each other. I can definitely tell. Chop Robinson just put Patrick Paul on the ground during one-on-ones. Robinson got up to talk trash, and Paul just walked away like, next. I love this. Okay. A little back and forth with these guys. I like that. For your fantasy people, if you're going to draft Dolphins, take Devon Achane, Greg Dulcich, and Caleb Douglas, but don't make any of them a priority pick. Okay. Chris Johnson is going to get a good look as an outside cornerback. Going to be an interesting day. Another day of Jacob Rodriguez and Jordan Brooks with the first snap on D. Kenneth Grant is paired with Jordan Phillips and Zeke Biggers on a line that features Chop Robinson. Austin Jackson gets zesty with some defensive linemen. Couldn't ID it. Jacob Rodriguez just made a TFL versus A-Chain on a run play. Rodriguez is moving. It's slowing down for him. I definitely see that myself with Jacob Rodriguez. Jalen Wright with a 5-yard run to the outside left, solid speed. Greg Dulcich is back without the red jersey. Okay, so it seems like he might be close to 100%. Could be wrong. Robert Bill got a sack on Malik Willis, and on the throw, Caleb Douglas drops the slant route as he hard footsteps. So Caleb Douglas, he's not 100% polished. I'm not saying that we got the next guy up, but he still needs work. Hopefully, him connecting with Justin Jefferson or no, it was Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Hopefully, that helps him become a better receiver for the Dolphins. Hopefully. That's it for right now. He posted this like 26 minutes ago. So we'll get back to Omar with all his updates and whoever else. I got another press conference for y'all that I want to watch. I'm not watching the press conference, but I'm just doing the ones that I feel like I gotta watch that I haven't watched yet.
Take a step forward this week, just with your playmaking ability. Just what has been behind that?
Just continuing to work with the guys and get these reps. That's all this training camp is really about. It's about building confidence and the little things we got to do each play. And regardless whether the defense win or offense win, are we doing things to execute?
Seeing you kind of develop a nice chemistry with Caleb Douglas, even sometimes with him being a safety valve for you. Just what is it about him that makes him so dynamic?
I think he's a great player. I wouldn't even say even a safety valve yet. I'm still trying to figure everybody out. Everybody's trying to figure me out. We're trying to figure this out together and obviously do whatever the play call that Bobby brings in to the best of our ability. And he's been making nice grabs on the times where he's the option, where he's the read. So I'm excited for him. I think he's doing a great job getting open. I think he's attacking the mental side of it. It's been great.
Malik, have you always been comfortable throwing on the move, or is that an area that you feel you've improved throughout your career?
I feel like I just try to continue to work on everything, taking it one day, one play, one practice at a time, and figuring out where I can keep getting better. And nobody's perfect, so we always got stuff to get better at.
Is it harder for you to be accurate on the move, or no?
I don't think it's comparable. I think they're two different things. I try to do the best I can to get it to our guys regardless.
Man, he know how to answer these questions, man. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like he's answering the question, but he's not answering the question. He's media trained, I can tell.
The touchdown you scrambled for, take us through what's happening on that play as you go through your progression. If you sense the pressure coming, spin around and get into the end zone.
Yeah, first, second, third read were gloved. I mean, continued. Tried to get to my fourth read, chopped one inside late on AJ, and just got outside and looked for our fourth read to move around, but it just so happened somebody took him, so I just ran it in. Works out like that sometimes. All you can do is be grateful.
Why was it important for you to get in front of the team and address the team? What do you hope your teammates took from what you said?
I just wanted to talk to the offense and just have a man-to-man conversation. Like, we got to understand this is a business, and we got to take what we do personal. We got to take pride in it, and we got to do it to the best of our ability, regardless if we're calling plays to beat the defense or not. We're not calling plays to beat the defense. We're calling plays that we want to use throughout the year, and we're trying to get better at those plays. And whether we win the down or not, are we doing everything that we can do to execute the play call? Are we doing our job on the O-line? Are we doing our job at the receiver? Are you at the right depth, regardless if I have to check it down or it's a touchdown? Is everybody doing the right thing? That's what it's about, building confidence in those things. So when we get in those moments and we need them, we just revert to our training.
How long have you been comfortable taking a step like that, getting up in front of everybody the way you did?
It's just a conversation more than anything. I don't know if you need some super courage or anything else. These are the people I work with every day. I go to war with. We're in the weight room. We've been together 6 months already. So it's just talking to the guys.
Malik, I got a two-part question for you. Number one, what percentage of your game would you say the run game is? 40%, 50%? And number two, will we ever see it before the season opener, understanding that half wants you to stay in the pocket for part of training camp, and then preseason, maybe you don't play that much, et cetera. So what percentage, and will we see it before the opener, fully integrated?
Number one, I wouldn't say a percentage. You try to just take what the defense gives you, really, and try to do the best to, like I said, execute.
That's a good question. I'm not going to lie. That's a good question. I want to know how much time he's going to run compared to passing the ball. That's something I would want to know.
Cute to play, and whenever an opportunity arises to go and get a first down, you want to try to do that. The more first downs you stack, the closer you get to the end zone. And two, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Not until you play real games. Then you got to protect yourself and obviously play football. That's what we're here to do.
What advice did you get as a young player that really sat well with you, and what advice do you give young players now that will help them during this process?
Stay confident, regardless of the situation, because you are here for a reason. Obviously, there's only so many NFL football players, and you're one of them. So you got to have that same mindset. Like, the only thing that's different from the guy that's getting paid however much money and a rookie coming in is they've been in it a little longer. You know, they're a little older. They've seen a little bit more stuff, but the physical ability, all the guys can play.
Final questions?
Yesterday, Halfley talked about having an unscripted practice. What were you able to take away from that differs from a typical scripted practice?
It challenges the guys. They don't know what's coming, so obviously they can't study really hard on just a certain play or a certain scheme, but they got to be ready to run whatever's called, just like a true game or a true scenario where, like, we were going second down into a third down pass, and we didn't have the third down pass scripted. We had the second down pass or the second down play scripted, so they knew going in what we were going to try to run, and they just got to react to the situation like a
You might be right, Cat in the Hat. You might be right.
true game. You don't know how many yards somebody's going to get on a run play or how many yards they're going to get on a pass play in second and long.
Some days I've noticed your shoes. Can you give us the story? Does somebody design them for you, or what is the story on your shoes?
You know, they just for the feet, cover them and whatnot. No, but there's some shoes, you know, they cleats. That's always good. Yeah. But for real, Jordan, Love, he put me on to, like, you can just get some cleats with anything on them, and we would take them from like sneakers. So he had the off-white ones last year, and then I got a pair of those, and we had those, and then this year I picked a different pair of shoes and just put them on my normal cleat. It's a pair of Air Force Ones. They're silver with the sparkles like that, and I just put them in our colors.
Okay, Malik, I see you. Let's get back to Omar, see what updates he got. Ollie Gordon running like he's in jeans, and AJ Green gets the punch out at the end of the run. That's Gordon's third fumble of the camp. Play might have been over, but protect the ball. So Ollie Gordon, I've been hearing rumblings in regards to, Jalen Wright locking in that RB2 role, but Ollie Gordon got to perform better just so you could confirm that is not the case just yet. Let's make this a running back by committee after A-Chain. You get it? Trey Moore with the tackle in the backfield on a run from Carlos Washington. Trey Moore, he was number 17 that we were talking about earlier. Tanner Wall with an interception of Cam Miller on a pass that was seemingly intended for the safety. So Cam Miller still throwing picks at practice. We just saw a nice run from Anthony Hickerson for 10 yards. We just saw one series of 11-on-11 that didn't feature Willie Gay Jr. 3rd and 3, Willis with a first down throw to Dolchich. Taffy had a good coverage, but couldn't strip the ball away. Okay, Greg, good job holding on to the ball. 3rd and 5, A-Chain with a run up the gut that comes up short. O-line got to do better on that one. 3rd and 7, Brooks with the blitz that forces a throwaway. That pressure, man. I'm happy he loved them blitzes, though, for sure. Taj Washington with the slant reception for a first down. Tyra Dotson with the tackle. Okay, Taj Washington, he's getting his touches now. Okay, and 3rd and 9, Willis with a high ball that Malik Washington can't catch. Okay. But like Malik just said in the press conference, he's still trying to get used to everybody seeing what they do well, and they can see what he does well. So we just got to give them boys some time, man. Hopefully we get to see Malik Willis, somewhat during the preseason. like maybe a series or two, hopefully. Let's go to the next press conference.
Man, it felt wonderful to me.
Got Caden Proctor.
It's my first time playing out there, and got a really great experience. You know, the fans were loving it, they were cheering, and that's definitely exciting for us to see.
What was the physicality like out there? Is there some tackling periods too? So the defense is getting after it.
Yeah, very physical out there. I mean, for offensive line, defensive line, it's really about the same. No matter if it's a third period or a live period, we're going all out. So pretty much the same, but you know, just trying to drive through the block. You know, because our defenders trying to tackle the ball carrier, and once they get the ball carrier, you know, just emphasizing pushing the pile. You know, so.
What's something you've learned from the first, I think, 9 practices? Now, your first 9 practices as a pro, what's something you've taken away that you didn't maybe expect coming in?
Yeah, something taken away is like in college, I was a big reach. You know, I reach, and it really didn't take me like until practice 7, 8. You know, and today where it's like it's really getting instilled in me to be patient with my hand because going against Zach Sealer and guys like that, you got to be on your A game. So.
You talked to Patrick Ball about that because he had a similar thing coming out of college where he would have those kind of reach blocks as well, but then he kind of changed his style. Have you talked to him about that at all?
Not too much. I mean, Pat, he does his thing. I kind of just talk to coach, trying to get points from coach and just learn the best as I can. But those guys help me out a lot too.
What's the best advice that veterans given you that's helped you throughout your camp?
I would just say like focusing on the play and what you're doing, being where your feet are. Like, I know I'm going to get beat, be in practice, beat in the game, and it's about how you move forward with that. So,
how much more comfortable are you?
But he hasn't been getting beat too much lately at practice, so I give him that. These guys are ready for football. You can tell brother body language. They done with the questions for sure. Keep an eye on RB Carlos Washington Jr. He's okay. He hasn't shown me anything shocking yet, but I'm gonna keep an eye out. Did y'all see the Halfleys mic'd up? Not yet. If you got time today, I could look it up and check it out or whatnot.
Today than you were, say, a week and a half ago.
Very, very comfortable. I feel like it's great for me to, be playing guard right now. To you have to be available to, play all 5 positions. Because we don't have as many guys as in college as you do in the NFL. So you got to be ready at all times. But I feel like it's been a great transition.
You've seen Malik Willis kind of take a big step this past week. Just what is it like when he starts getting to roll and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, I mean he's a great player. He's also one of the greatest leaders. He stood up in front of the team. That takes a lot of courage to talk to the team right there. Just man to man, just keeping it real. But he's a tremendous player. And you can see that. And I love blocking for him.
When was the team talk?
Yesterday, I believe. Yeah.
What was your biggest takeaway from what Willis had to say?
Really just kind of coming out and starting fast. You can't really start slow. Can't be sloppy. You have to get on teams early to have the success that you want to have.
Are you looking forward to next week facing an opponent? Finally, enjoyed practice in Washington. First time as
for sure. Yeah, the guys have been telling me those are fun. Like the practices are fun. They're high intensity, and I get to go out there, with my teammates, with the group of 5 and with the 11 on the field, and go out there and showcase our talents.
Guys on the Commanders team that you played with?
I believe Trey Amos is the only one that I played with, but some former guys, Deron Payne. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, he was talking about the guys that were previously at Alabama with him, that are on the Commanders. I don't think they practice with the Commanders today, right? I don't even think they practice with the Commanders at all. I didn't see that. Let's see if there's any more updates. Cam Miller overthrows a wide open Henning. Tolbert with the first down reception from Quinn Ewers. Max Wellen with the sack of Ewers. 3rd and 5, College Washington drops a pass from Ewers. We were just talking about College Washington. He dropping passes. he dropping passes at practice, man. 3rd and 9, Willis with a high ball that Malik Washington can't catch. Oh, we already saw that one. Let me see.
Whole practice, but when you did, what did it feel like?
It felt good, just to see the defense, how they responded, like we just been going back and forward. And so just to see the physicality of both sides of the balls today, it was a good sight to see.
Bro, I think this is practice either 8 or 9. Not that we're looking for one, but there hasn't been a fight, a head-to-head, a scuffle, anything like that. Is that something that has just been drilled from Coach Hafley, that like we don't do that with each other, or what is the?
Yeah, like last time I was on the podium, I was saying basically like we want to push it to the edge, like as close to fighting as possible. Like that's what Haf want us to do. Like you throw a punch, you out of practice. So ain't nobody trying to get thrown out of practice. So they probably get intense, but ain't nobody fighting. Probably get a pushing match, but ain't nobody throwing no punches. We're trying to practice.
What do you think of the progress the Rook who just spoke, Kenny Proctor, is making so far in camp?
I love how he evolving over the training camp right now. Every single day, like that's our goal. Like just take it one day at a time and come out every day with just one little thing to get better on, And so you see that every day with him, and he's phenomenal.
What was one thing he got better at today, you think?
I had to watch the tape, but we were both playing at the same time. So.
How have you seen Malik Willis's comfort level develop in recent practices?
I see him like just building confidence over like just him and the receivers growing a relationship, him growing a relationship with the offensive line, just being comfortable in the pocket, and also just controlling the offense as a whole. Everybody's new, everybody's young, and so everybody building relationships and just trying to get comfortable with each other, find out everybody's personality. And I see like every day with him, from meetings to the field, like he's just playing it every day.
I guess he spoke in front of the team yesterday coming into today. What did that show you?
That like how much he cared. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to be perfect. And so we was just talking on just the little things, And so him just talking to the team, that just showed how much he cares about the game, how much he cares about the team, how much he cares about us.
Kind of similar to Joe's question. I believe you two were together in Tennessee, right?
Mm-hmm.
How have you seen him grow from then until now?
I say just the confidence level, because like he's been in 2 totally different positions. Remember in Tennessee, he came and he was drafted high. He was supposed to be the next guy up. Then they brought in Will Levis, so he didn't really get his opportunity. And so from him being a backup quarterback to now having his own offense, the confidence he have, how he go about it, like you see him growing in those areas. And so it's dope to see him from back when he was a rookie to now year 5.
What do you see on tape from 10 on defense? It seems like he's making plays every single day out there.
No, he a dog. Like he be flying around, he play physical, play with his hands, and he's a real life football player. And like as everybody's saying,
and that's a compliment right there. That's a compliment right there.
Him from college and from what we see in the training camp now, like he's a dog and he has all of my trust.
All of my trust, not 75%, not 8%, not 50%. All of my trust. No way Jacob Rodriguez end up not being good. No way, man. No way.
Getting back to Willis and Caleb kind of connected on a few deep bombs yesterday. Just what's it like for you guys to see that connection growing, and what will it mean for this season?
I feel that just give everyone on the team confidence, and definitely like Caleb being young and like understand like he is more than capable of being that guy in the NFL. And I feel that's where a lot of young dudes struggle with. Like they thinking of the NFL, and it is a different level from college, but it's all the mindset, your mental, and how you come into the league. So if you believe in yourself and know you're capable of being great in this league, you can display it every day. And so him and Malik over this time with training camp, you see every day is looking like it's getting better and better. And so I feel he's just gaining more confidence in the offense.
Beyond just being back on the right side, do you see anything more that Jonah is bringing this year?
Yeah, he's definitely more comfortable on that right side. He's being more physical. He is more. I see like his intention on that right side, like just from what he struggled with last year. Like he's intentional about improving on all the little things he was struggling with last year.
Drew, out of the ordinary question. You wear the Guardian cap, right?
Yeah.
It's different this year, right? It's a little more sleek. Have you noticed any difference? And will you wear it in the game against Washington? If you will?
No, I would not wear it. I only wear it for practice because it's just certain helmets you have to wear the Guardian cap in practice, and so I just have one of the helmets. I have to wear the Guardian cap in the game. I'm not wearing it. It's heavy. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still heavy.
Yes, you can tell it's a difference between just having your helmet on with the Guardian cap and without the Guardian cap.
But it looks
Interesting.
a little more sleek this year, right?
Yeah, they trying to add a little more swag to it. I still don't like it though. Yeah.
Drew, what stands out about Jalen Wright this camp?
Just I say his focus out there. Like you can see he's matured much more, and he's trying to just do everything he can. Like his intensity, like every rep, like you see it, he bringing it every play, every rep,
You can tell by the clips that we were watching earlier at the stadium practice, the way he was running, man, he was running with the intent.
In everything we doing, from in the weight room to on the field. Like he's trying to grind, he's trying to make a name for himself.
What's the best advice that you give young players, rookies, maybe when you see them probably mentally struggling with something?
Best advice I can get them is just be confident and believe in yourself. Because that's where it all starts with yourself. And so if you doubt in yourself, you're already behind the 8 ball. So be confident that you are more than able to do this. Like we all human. We all put on our pads and wake up and put clothes on our back the same way. And so believe in yourself, and you don't have to wait on nothing. Like you can come in rookie year and be great. And that's my message to all of them. Like, don't wait for greatness. Like chase it right now and go get it.
That's real. That's for everybody. If you're watching this, that's for everybody, man. Everybody. But shout out to Aaron Brewer, man. Much love. Let me get back to training camp. Keep you posted with whatever's going on. Max Llewellyn, he gets a sack on Quinn Ewers. Tolbert with the first down from Quinn Ewers. Cam Miller overthrows a wide open Henning. We haven't seen Willie Gay Jr. all practice. He's leaving with the trainer. Okay. This might be the first practice where I'm feeling Trey Moore's presence. You know, I've been told y'all about 17, man. Jacob Rod had a blitz where he rushed Malik Willis' throw. It was completed to Caleb Douglas, but that pressure had Willis backing up a ton to sidearm it. So Jacob Rodriguez getting that pressure. Chris Johnson on a good breakup in the end zone on a pass from Willis to Douglas. I like Johnson on the boundary more than I like him at nickel. Nickel takes time and patience. He can be the number one boundary now. I do agree with this, but I do see him playing nickel as well because of his capability of doing so. I think he can play nickel, but he'll be better suited if we put him out there on the boundary. Just based off me and what I'm thinking. Kyle Lewis with a stop of Carlos Washington Jr. after about 7 or 70-yard run, your choice. Carlos Washington Jr. with a nice 20-yard reception on a dump down. Washington looks like back number 2. Over Jalen Wright? I don't think so, man. I do not think so. That might be Wednesday. We practice with the Commanders. I don't think we're allowed in that practice then, because the schedule is today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Tomorrow is season ticket member day, and Thursday is the joint practice with the Giants, I believe. Josh Purdy missed the seal block on that Washington dump down. Mason Rager with the sack on Quinn Ewers after beating Charlie Heck. So Charlie Heck, he might get cut. Somebody already commented on it. This might be the first practice where I'm feeling Trey Moore's presence. Already seen that. So those are the recent updates on what's happening at practice right now. Donovan Edwards with a solid 4-yard run after an offensive lineman picked up a blitz. And that's the latest update on that. We'll get back to Omar in a few. Let's see the next press conference. Let me see, who should we watch? I'll do Child.
Tackling to the ground for the first time. We know you didn't do it every period, but when you did it, how did it feel out there?
I mean, it felt great. Just the guys competing. Everybody was riled up, of course. It's different from thud, and then you could take somebody to the ground. So everybody was just doing their job and just having fun out there, for real, for real.
Anything or anybody stand out in that time, in that period?
Really just for me, just the offensive line and the defensive line. Like, we were just battling back to back, getting on each other, competing with each other, talking trash to each other, just having fun. That's all it was.
It looks to me like you've developed a really strong counter move back inside to complement the speed rush outside. Is that an accurate assessment, and what goes into that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just my speed off the edge. I know a lot of guys are going to try to cut that off, so me being able to counter in and work on that it'll help my game for sure.
What's it like chasing after Malik Willis, especially on that one play on the goal line?
I mean, it's different. He got wheels to him. I know him fast, but he got a little kick in his step. So I know when I'm attacking him, I got to hit his high shoulder, and I got to be able to ready for it when he escapes out and everything.
You think you got him on that?
I definitely got him on that for sure. Yeah. No, I got him. I got him for sure.
Chop, how do you feel that, I know we've asked you this a lot, how do you feel your camp has gone? And do you kind of micromanage your camp and every day, every rep, or do you look at a group of 3 practices and then I'll see how I did?
I mean, for me, it's just one day at a time. I'm not really listening to what people saying, whether it's good or bad. I'm just going out there trying to be the best player I can for the team and just win my one-on-one and do everything I can, do my job.
As you practice for a bit at the new weight, how do you feel playing at that weight?
Yeah, I mean, I feel great. Definitely feel stronger, faster, more powerful. I can use more power moves instead of me just running off the edge and stuff like that. So I feel great for sure.
Have you kept it on?
Yeah, I'm still at the weight that I would put on.
Coach Hoff was saying that not only have you gained confidence, but that he feels that you're gaining the confidence of your teammates. I thought that was an interesting remark. What do you think is the best way to gain your teammates' confidence?
Just doing your job. I'm an edge rusher, so I got to set the edge in the run game and get into the quarterback. Just doing my job and having my teammates trust in me when I got to do it.
What's it like for you to see so much change? When you came in, it was about you, Jalen, Chubb. Those guys are gone, and you're the last man standing from that group. What's that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a good opportunity. I love them guys. Them guys helped me my rookie year and last year, so I got so much respect for them. But it's my 3rd year now, so I just got to go out there and do me, and I hope them guys do well as well.
Chop, one-on-one battles in the drills, one-on-one. You and Patrick Paul have had a really good back-and-forth spirited battles. Next week, maybe you face Laramie Tunsil. What's the value of those one-on-ones, and how much do you take from it?
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Paul is a guy who's one of the top tackles in the league. So when you're going against him every day, it's iron sharpen iron. Sometimes I get him, sometimes he get me. But at the end of the day,
he said what?
One of the top tackles in the league.
For spirited battles. Next week, maybe you face Laramie Tunsil. What's the value of those one-on-ones, and how much do you take?
Larry Tunsil got hurt. He's out for a long time with the tricep injury. So I wish we had that work with Larry Tunsil, but man.
Take from it.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Paul is a guy who's one of the top tackles in the league. So when you're going against him every day, it's iron sharpen iron. Sometimes I get him, sometimes he get me. But at the end of the day, we both getting better. So when you go out and practice like that, then when it comes to the game, it's going to be so much easier.
How much weight would you put on your battles with Laramie Tunsil if they happen one-on-one?
The same. I line up on the left side, I line up on the right side. It doesn't matter who I go against.
Do you like the switching sides?
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable on both sides. Wherever they align me, wherever me and Uche want to play, we just play that.
And what is the best advice that maybe a veteran gave you when you were a young player, and what advice do you give the young players now?
Really just take it one day at a time. Like, it's a lot of people like to put the outside noise and pressure on themselves, but you really don't have to. At the end of the day, it's just football. You just got to do your job and show up and get better every day.
So a few days ago, Coach Hafley referred to Zach Sealer as like a point guard, the point guard of this defensive line.
because of his willingness to set up his teammates and make things happen for you. Like, what are the little things that Zach does that make your job easier, that helps put you in position to succeed?
I mean, he's super smart and he's selfless. Like, he's not a selfish guy. He wanted to put other people in position to make plays, and when you have somebody like that in the interior, kind of works off each other because he'll put you in a position and you'll also put him in a position. So it's kind of just working with each other. That's it.
Chop, I've asked a few players about social media use, and I know there's a group of youngsters who have decided that we're not going to be on social media, at least during camp. What's been your experience with social media in the NFL? Are you on it every day? Do you go back at people? Does what people say affect you? What do you
Let's see what he say. Let's see what he say.
think about that?
Nah, I mean, the start of last year, I kind of deleted Instagram and Twitter, so I haven't had social media for like a year and a half almost. So for me, I'm just living everyday life, spending time with the guys, talking with my family, and just it honestly brought me closer to God and my people, and just enjoying that time.
Life has been.
This is a smart guy right here. This is a very smart guy, man. Very smart guy. Keep going, Chop, man. I believe in you, man. I believe in you.
Better, you would say?
Yeah, way better.
Deleted social media, got closer to God, and all he is focused on is his family and becoming a better football player, man. Come on, man. What more could we ask for, man? This is the guy right here. This is the man, the myth, the legend. But shout out to Chop, but let's go back to Omar for some updates. J-Rod with another well-timed blitz that rushes a Ewers throw. So J-Rod, he making plays again. Let me see what this says. NFL legend DeAndre Hopkins claims that. Oh, my bad, y'all. NFL legend DeAndre Hopkins claims that former Cardinals GM Steve Keim intentionally set him up and contaminated his drug test. I got set up when I played for his team and lost $13 million. Schemy Slime was my GM. Contaminated drug test. Go figure how that happened. That seemed like something personal right there. Josh Uche is going to run sprints. He seems injured. Oh, wow. Not Josh, please. No. Not Josh, man. We need Josh. I'd rather be a week too late than a week too early. That's good. So they're still not giving a timetable for Chris Bell coming back from his injury currently. The Dolphins need a better backup nickel, a better backup offensive tackle, and some depth at safety and tight end. It seems like we're going to bring in that Ertz guy from the Commanders. We could watch some film on him and see what's up with him. Let me go search up Zach Ertz. Donovan Evers with a solid 4-yard run after an offensive lineman picked up a blitz. Okay, we already read that part. So those are the updates coming from practice so far. Let me show y'all Zach Ertz. He recovered from an ACL injury last year. Played for the Commanders. Not the fastest of tight ends. But a long tenured veteran. Okay, one hand. Okay. Long tenured veteran. You're going to bring more stability in the tight end room. I don't think he'll come in and be number one automatically, but, he'll be a good complement to Greg Dulcich. Greg Dulcich could probably learn from him as well. He doesn't look 100%, though. I'm not even going to lie. Based off this clip, he doesn't look 100%. Let me do this. search up his stats. I guess they don't know. I'm trying to look at his season stats. Okay, so I got him up right here. So he got drafted into the Eagles. He only hit 1,000 yards one time in 2018. Ever since then, he hasn't been able to even come close. You know, that next year he had 916, but after that, hasn't been able to go over 654 yards. Are y'all able to see this? Nose loop. Okay, that should be good. Last year, he got 50 receptions. Coming into our offense, I feel like he could be good for 30 receptions if he comes to the team, maybe 300 something yards. Who knows? Let me see. A child coming home to Washington will be lit. Oh, that's his hometown, Washington? I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, this was wasn't this the play that he tore his ACL, right? Yeah, I think this was the play. Nasty, dog. Nasty. Tyler, he made a video on it.
Season, Zach Ertz ended up tearing his ACL against the Minnesota Vikings on this play, and a lot of people, including myself, thought his career was potentially over after this. But now Zach Ertz is clear to play football again, and he was even seen working out at Stanford with his former college quarterback, Andrew Luck. Zach Ertz is getting up there in age. He's 35 years old, but he's still
35. Ooh, I didn't know he was 35. I thought he was like 32. I thought he was like 32.
Disgusting. Only for you. You're the man, Zach. I will give you a sweaty hug. Disgusting. Only for you. Now get out of here. I've got work to do.
Shout out to Andrew. I mean, y'all let me know what y'all think. It seemed like he has solid hands. It seemed like he'll be a decent run blocker. Not amazing, but a decent one.
Back.
Good catch up to you. Signed with the Lions previously. Let me see if there's any good clips.
I think for me, the foundation that we have here in Philadelphia has been a pleasure. It's tough. I think we're really just getting started with that in Philly. I think this city is the best city to play for. And I couldn't have asked for a better experience. And
who knows? He might retire with the Eagles. Who knows? You never know.
the city means a lot to me. It means a lot to my family. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all you guys over the years. I know you guys got a really tough job in this city. And early in my career, I took a lot of things personally.
See, pretty good block on this one. But this was back in the old day when he was at Philly. You know, definitely a different guy now. Definitely a different guy. You see, Jaden Daniels was his quarterback with the Commanders. So it'll kind of be like a seamless transition for him to come to Miami playing with a similar quarterback. If you get what I'm trying to say, they should be able to get comfortable quick. Let me see. I think I had something that showed the workouts. Let's listen to this first before.
Have guys that have like strengths, but then also there is kind of that overlap in how you guys can kind of fit together within that.
Yeah, I think our tight end room is very diverse. There's some guys that excel in the pass game, and there's some guys that excel in the run blocking game. But I don't think anybody can do anything or one thing in our room. Like we could all block, we could all run routes and catch. And I think we learn a lot from each other. Coming in with Greg, Sims, and Cole, those older guys, they have a lot of knowledge that pours onto us, which is huge to grasp the playbook and just tips on the field.
Speaking of Ben, I asked him the other day about the first player practicing. You had a pancake block working off the edge, talking about running counter and how much you guys want to identify yourself as a power football team. When you guys look at that in the film room, what's the atmosphere like when they put a block of yours where you're pancaking guys that skip your
Yeah, no, definitely. We like I said, like our room takes pride in that, and when something like that happens, it's huge because it shows our identity we're trying to accomplish. But it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Like when something that you didn't do like on the field correctly, it's going to get addressed, and it's not always happy. But when stuff like that happens, it's a great time, and everyone gets juiced.
What's Coach Tom bring to your role?
I think just years of experience. He was a former player himself, same position. We have Coach Len, who's played in the NFL for a while, been on the Dolphins staff for a while. I think those two bring a lot of just knowledge and emphasis of what we're trying to get done, whether that's toughness and just making plays when your number's called.
So what's the best advice you've gotten from a veteran about NFL rookie training camp?
I'd say
respect to Kakmarak. He probably doing a good job out there. He doesn't look too bad when I see him. But based off the guys that we brought in for a workout, maybe his time here is limited. I'm not too sure, but they brought in a few guys to see if we could bolster up the tight end room. We bought Bader Cup, Tyler Davison, Brandon Frazier, Trey McKitty, Jermaine Terry. Out of all these guys, I'll probably get Trey McKitty. A guy that probably seems like the most athletic out of this whole group. In regards to blocking, I might have to watch some more film, see who's the best blocker. As of right now, I feel like we have a lot of guys who can block in the room, so I don't think we really got to worry about blocking. It's just about having that dynamic tight end. Sadu Toure, he could be one guy, but if we lose Sadu Toure, who's going to be that backup for Sadu Toure? So maybe these guys are going to be brought in just in case if Sadu Toure gets hurt or he can't play. We got another guy who could do the same things that he can do. So it's just like a seamless fit in our offense. None of these guys have been signed yet, but we'll just have to give it some time and see what happens. me see. Okay, Wednesday. Okay. All right. So I feel like practice just ended. I guess I'm gonna show y'all what Omar had to say. Miles battles with a breakup of a pass to Theo Weiss Jr. So Miles battles are popping up still. The guy that got the 2 interceptions from that last stream. Trey Moore with the pass deflection of a throw from Cam Miller. I'm feeling him today. First day ever. It took Omar a little longer for him to realize that Trey Moore is actually a good player, but I'm glad that he's noticing. Major Burns picks off Ewers and has a respectable return. Ewers right now, after 10 practices, doesn't look like that guy who's a 5-star recruit in high school. Doesn't look like it. J-Raw with another well-timed blitz that rushes a Ewers throw. And that's it that I'm getting from Omar Kelly. I know for Ronez, he also has reports on it as well. Let me look him up. David Furones. Okay, he said the same thing. Ethan Robinson broke up a Quinn Ewers throw to Will Carmack. Kakmarak broke it up. He was inches away from a pick six. Ethan Robinson, he's getting his hands on the ball. Josh Uche running on the side of practice during the ongoing late game drive scenario. Marco Wilson with great coverage deep against Taj Washington, blanketing him for the 3rd down incompletion. In situational settings, Marco Wilson, we searched up his 40-yard dash. He's in the 4.3. He's a low 4.3. So him being able to stay toe-to-toe with any receiver shouldn't be a big issue for him. It's just in regards to being a technician, being at the right place at the right time with him, to be honest. But I don't want to go over this whole thing. I'm pretty sure Omar and David were there together, and whatever we got from Omar, it's the same thing that we would have gotten from David. Pretty sure about that. You see, they're having media coverage. He just dropped this.
I feel like I'm able to do it.
Does anything change for you, your approach, or do you try to keep things the same as you've been doing before when you had all those bets?
Oh, that's the same thing, man. Like, it doesn't change. I feel like when you try to change stuff, I feel like you kind of like sort of don't go your way. You keep doing what you're doing, keep doing what you know is right, and what's good for you, and you kind of follow this. Hey, man, like you said, I'm coming through the road, and I feel like I'm ready for it. That's kind of something that you look for, when the team going for you, and I feel like I'm able to do it.
Does anything change for you, your approach, or do you try to keep things the same as you've been doing before when you had all those bets?
Oh, that's the same thing, man. Like, it doesn't change. I feel like when you try to change stuff, I feel like you kind of like sort of.
Joe Shab been dropping some stuff.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, 11, about 12, I was 1. Like, it's a video game. I mean, I can easily go upgrade myself.
Did you know that, and what do you think?
Madden is a video game, so I don't kind of like take that serious. But I mean, it is what it is. Like 11, about 12, I was 1. Like, it's a video game. I mean, I can easily go upgrade myself if it was that serious. But it's a video game, but I don't play stuff on it.
Do you feel underrated?
So Devon Achane got ranked as the 11th best player, not player, but running back on Madden. And he's just saying, like, it doesn't really matter to him. Even though we know Devon Achane is not number 12 in the rest of the league, we know he's better than that for sure. But they got him ranked as 12. He's going to prove a lot of people wrong this year. A lot of people wrong. I'm just searching up the Madden rankings. This is probably not the best place to look for it. They got his speed at a 96, acceleration 96. Speed, I think he's like a 97 at least. At least a 97. Acceleration 97 at least. You know, carrying 95, 94. You know, maybe I'm being biased. Y'all let me know, but I just feel like A-Chain, he's top tier. No way he's 12. No way he's 12. While we get more updates from the media at the press conferences with the players, I got one more press conference from Zane Anderson, the guy that they're saying probably could be the starter at safety for the Dolphins. Somebody who came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's huge. I think having some years of experience, just building on it and then relearning it. I think it's always good to relearn it. This is supposed to be my third or fourth time relearning it. We installed in the spring, installed in the fall, and so it's nice. I love it. I feel like I'm able to take steps ahead of just knowing the basics of the defense.
Other safeties approach you about what's the most important for you?
Yeah, I mean, as a safety, we have to communicate, and that takes with each other, but that also takes with the whole defense. And so, with young guys, new guys coming in, like I love to talk ball with them.
Like I told y'all before, with this guy, since he's familiar with Coach Hafley, everything is easy for him in regards to knowing exactly where to be. You know, so Zane Anderson, I know he's making the team for sure, but it's just the point of if he becomes like an official starter or not.
There's no secrets out there. We're on one page, and we play the best ball when we're on the same page. So I think it's being on one accord, and within that, it's them asking those questions. You know, the simple questions of what they need to do, how they see certain looks, and same thing for me too. I'm able to pick other guys' brains as well.
How about Trader specifically? They'll come up here and talk to us about the dimensions of his splits and where he's at in the field. He's very cerebral that way. What's your guys' relationship been like in terms of just learning this defense and learning about it?
Yeah, I love surrounding myself around guys that love football, and Dante Trader's that guy. He's always asking questions. I'm asking questions to him as well. He's very analytical about the game, but when it comes down to play, like he's not analytical. He just plays ball. But he's able to ask those questions to me, and I'm able to ask those questions to him. He's a great guy to lean on.
You get a chance to get a little bit of play time in 24 defensively. Coach Hafley first got Detroit. How hard was it to kind of get that safe link and then have a different role this past year, and then how excited does that make you for the competition to have a large players?
Yeah, it's kind of been my whole career, right? It's been about patience. You know, I'm all for the guys that were in front of me. Like I wanted them to do well and wanted them to stay healthy. It's awesome for this opportunity around to compete for a starting job. That's all I've wanted and what I've been looking forward to.
On that vibe, is it important for you to start?
Yeah, absolutely. That's as a competitor, that's what you want to do, right? And that's what I'm here for, and that's what we're doing.
And how do you measure yourself? You know, in light of that, is it a day-by-day, play-by-play, or is it every 3 practices you gauge how you're doing?
Yeah, I think it's day by day. You know, if you have a great day one day, it's a new day the next day. You got to do it all over again. And so for me, it's stacking those good days, building off the last. If you make a bad play one day, just correct it the next day and fix it. And if you have good plays, keep stacking it. And so for me, it's a day-to-day thing. We're not looking forward to anything. It's be a better football player this day, be a better safety, be a better teammate, and that's kind of how I'm rolling.
Seems like every day you and Caleb Douglas are competing for a 50-50 ball. What's that about this game so far?
Yeah, for him coming in, you can tell he's like his route running. It doesn't feel like a rookie. I noticed that in OTAs when I first covered him. I was like, okay, this guy's got something to him. There's a lot of guys like that on our team. I think Caleb's done that from the start, and I've been able to pick up on that, and I'm starting to gain some respect for him. He's a stud.
Jay, what difference did you notice in half from his time seeing now head coach?
You know what? People ask me that, and he hasn't changed. Like he was that same guy as a defensive coordinator. He lets guys be themselves, but he also demands a certain standard of excellence from each guy. And it was like that from a defensive room, and now being able to see him take that to the whole team, it's been cool to see.
Is there any aspect of your game that you feel that you need more at this point in your career?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's always room to improve on everything, and our coaches do a good job of being transparent about what we need to work on exactly. Every day there's something, and there's some things that I'm working on right now, and by the time season comes around, hopefully we'll.
Made a couple plays of coverage over the week. Throughout the first 5 days. Is there any tangible differences?
This is an interesting guy right here. Interesting guy.
Feeling him with the different opportunity that he has and the different opportunity that you have, those that elevated opportunity to be here by versus what it was for Green Bay.
Yeah. So Malik we would go against each other in practice, and he would throw some of these balls, and he puts so much spin on the ball, throws it so hard. There were some of them where I missed. And so we were all, honestly, every day after practice, like, dang, bro, like, you got me on that one. And it's the same thing now. We sit together right next to each other in team meeting. He's like, you got me yesterday, but we're going back and forth. And so it's that we're competing every day. And that's what I love about him. I want him to be the most confident, the best quarterback, because I believe he's that dude. And he obviously sees the same in me. And so being able to go back and forth, he has a good day. He might get something on me. I might get something on him. It's been cool.
How valuable is that to have, obviously, as an offensive player and your defensive player, kind of guys that are competing, but then to be able to come off the field and go in the film and kind of have that relationship with each other?
It's huge. Being able to talk looks, we talk a lot about disguise, and I'm able to ask Malik, like, what did you see on this one? Was it a true disguise? Did we really sell what we're trying to sell, or did you see it how it unfolded? And so he's very transparent about that, and he'll tell us straight. He's like, yeah, that wasn't a good look, or you guys need to do this better. And so I think it's great being able to have that communication with one another.
What's the message to the guys as we get to the dog days and the newness has kind of more about being back? How do you keep those guys?
Yeah, I think consistency, that's the hardest thing to measure. Everybody can come out day one, be excited, first game, it doesn't matter what it is. Everyone's excited for the first time, but can you do it day in and day out? I think it's consistency. That's what I would stress to the young guy.
And he's been doing that. He's been doing that in regards to, showing out at practice, every practice. Making a play where you're like, ooh, who's that? Ooh, who's that? Like Zane Anderson been doing that.
And that goes off the field too. How are you taking care of your body? What are you doing to stay healthy? It's hot out here. And so I think that's most important for guys to stay with a certain standard and just keep doing it.
I just want to ask you what you just said. How does that compare to Green Bay?
It's completely different. I think if you were to practice here, our practice, and if you were to go do it, I think you could probably do it twice. I think you could practice twice somewhere else versus here. It's like you do 4 reps. 4 reps here is different 4 reps somewhere else. I've noticed that. I was asking him on the way over here, I'm like, do you get used to that, like, over time? Because every day it's like I'm rolling. And I don't know if you get used to it, but it's good. It's our edge. I think that's what coaches stress to us. Build our edge. Teams are going to have to come down here and play in it, and we'll be used to it. So.
It seems like every day Lewis Moore makes a play. What jumps out to you about him?
He's a football player. You can just see, like, his aggression. He can cover. He's physical. I think he's going to be a dog on special teams. I think he could play a huge role in the start. I think just watching him, I haven't even talked to him that much, honestly, but watching him play football, it's cool to see.
Shout out to Zane Anderson. We gotta come up with a nickname for this guy right here. I feel like we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it this year. Let me search up Zane Anderson real quick, see if we can do a little research on him, see what he's about.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was either you or Matt earlier in the year said, to have to go from playing the nickel all week in practice like Javon did, and then move to safety is a tough ask.
Yeah.
But yeah, you asked him to do it
I know.
past week. What did you think?
Yeah, it's really hard, and it's not just hard on him; it's hard on Key. This week what made it really hard is, Bullard just got back to practice. He wasn't even practicing, so he was limited in practice. So the reps we gave him were at the nickel position. We were fired up to get him in at the nickel position. We moved Key back out the corner. And, felt good with Zane at safety. And, just like that, it's, Ryan Downer and I are talking on the headset. What direction do we want to go? Do we want to make the move? Who do we want to play safety? Who do we want to play nickel? And, now X is playing next to a guy that he hadn't practiced all week with and communicated with. And Key's awesome. He has to jump in and play the nickel position. And we had a lot of things game plan specific for the team we were going to play. And that's hard, but it's not an excuse. I mean, is it harder because he's a rookie? Yeah. I mean, that's really hard. And I give him a lot of credit because he hadn't done any of that all week. And he played physical and he played hard. And, I said to him after the game, I mean,
I guess key is Zane, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a big change. I just think that the coaches just want to see if I'm able to play it right. Where when the season comes along, guys go down there or something. That I've just shown my ability that I can play that.
BYU, it's a school that produces NFL talent. Don't get me wrong. But DBs, not that often. Not that often. They just produce Tutu and all that. But Zane Anderson, we gonna see, man. We gonna see.
Position and so it's gonna help me at safety if I end up going back. It's a big change.
So Zane Anderson seems like he can play cornerback too. He play cornerback too. 6'2", 206 pounds, 4'4", 640. 10-foot broad jump, not bad numbers. Not bad numbers. Seems like he's pretty good at special teams. Pretty good at making tackles on special teams. Doesn't look like he running fast, but he getting there. He making the tackles at least. But if he carves out a role as a starter, then I doubt that we use him as safety. Not as a safety, but on special team. We're gonna see, man.
It's huge. Our coaches talk about it all the time. The best teams aren't coached; you're coached by the leaders of the team, and so that's something we're really trying to do as leaders and seniors on the team is just kind of take ownership of everyone and just be a good role model and lead by example. And so I think it's huge in every game. It's huge.
I mean, he's not Ed Reed, but we'll make him work. We'll make him work, man. Oof. Let's see what else I got for y'all. I had a meeting, but I guess it just got canceled. That's why it's been 3 hours since I've been on live, man. So please leave a like before we get off this stream today. Let me see if there's any more updates in regards to camp. I'm just saving them right now. The rest of the updates, and then I'm gonna show y'all. All right, Dolphins will face old friend Rasul Douglas in Washington, D.C. area Rasul Douglas, he was on our team last year. So he might have a clue in regards to what we got going on, but Mike McDaniel was the head coach last year, so we're probably running something a little different. And we don't got the same receivers that we had last year. Here's from practice that's like from today.
Oh yeah.
You see Caleb Douglas and Malik Willis, they still connecting that practice, man. Still connecting. I know what I'm capable of. I know I can help this team. Dolphins wide receiver Jalen Tolbert. I gotta see what happened, or I'm gonna just probably wait until the team drops like the press conferences officially, and then we can react to them through that way. These are just updates while they're at the press conferences. Devon Achane, after years of having Tyreek Waddle tool with them on the Dolphins, on the idea of being the clear-cut guy now for this offense.
And I feel like I'm, hey man, like you said, I'm coming with the role, and I feel like I'm ready for it. It's kind of something that you look for, when the team going for you, and I feel like I'm able to do it.
Does anything change for you, your approach, or do you try to keep things the same as you've been doing before when you had all those vets?
Oh, that's the same thing, man. Like, it doesn't change. I feel like when you try to change stuff, I feel like it kind of like sort of don't go your way. But you keep doing what you're doing, keep doing what you know is right, and what's good for you, and it kind of follows this. Hey, man, like you said.
All right, here go Patrick Paul.
Today it was a good battle as always. Today he got me, slipped. It happens. Step wrong, slipping that dirt. It looks bad, but you got to come back next rep and dominate. So me and him, we go after it. It's going to be a day and day, and it's great battles. And we're making each other better, putting each other in tough situations, and it's going to be in a good. As years go by, we're just going to keep doing it.
You were careful to say you slipped, though,
huh?
You were careful to say you slipped.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. you gotta just pop up. It happens. That grass was slipping. Today it was a good battle as always. Today he got me.
Last thing I'll probably do is just react to this mic'd up, and I'll hop off of the live stream. All right, guys. Appreciate all y'all. I might hop on later, or I will be back tomorrow, but I'll be at practice tomorrow for sure.
Zane, really work your hands today one-on-ones. Just shoot fast and see how it works. It's time to test yourself. It's practice, right? Like, you're the tallest guy we got. Shoot your hands fast and react with your feet. Just have fun with it.
All these guys are juiced up, so it's great practice.
Why do you think so? Zane? More? You did a nice job yesterday. Use your...
See, we just stretched up Zane, and here's the coach saying, like, Zane, you did a nice job yesterday, so his name is popping up consistently.
Length today, one-on-ones, right? Now's your opportunity. Test it out. If it don't work, it's practice, but use your length. Let's go, lock in. Look, you started a trend. See, what happens is you just made it okay to go to the bathroom during a walkthrough. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have a whole team meeting on this tonight. And I'm gonna have you come up and talk to the team. Human today. Run through it, Jacob. Hey, not with one arm. Clamp it, man. Use both arms. Ain't gonna tackle like that. Feel good rep, man. Bend, play low. Say do, play low. Pay attention to the guy in front of you.
You hear every word that he say. Ain't no there's none of that. You hear every word that he says. You.
Good rep. Donovan, nice job, man. Good rep. Run your feet. Right, run through it. Just like you're running the ball. Run through contact. Come on, man. Let's go. Good job. Hell of a look, man. Hell of a rep. Keep physical. That's a hell of a job by Llewellyn. It's a good rep.
There you go, Llewellyn. There you go.
Both of them. Good rep. Smart finish. Both of you guys, good reps. Nice job. Way to make each other better. Let's go, man. Come on, Kraus.
You see how he's pointing out the reps and not the practice itself? He's pointing out, oh, good rep over there. Good rep right there. You both you guys got better on this rep right here. Good job. You know?
Job, Beal. Good. Be strong. Hey, put that thing in his shoulder pad. If you can make a guy stop and start his feet within the first 5 yards of a down, keep the quarterback's going somewhere else. You know, after 5, you can't touch him in this league. So just try to win at the line the best you can.
Good game right there. Good game.
Hey, Marshall, nice job at the line. That's good at the line. You made him go inside, up, and out. He's going to come off that. Like, just win at the line like you just did. That's one of your best reps, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good rep, Drew. Nice job, man. That's a hell of a rep. Don't save anything. Let's go. Have a great day. Communicate. Work together. Get to the ball. Finish. Come on. Let's go. Get to the line. Let's go. Let's go. Keep it up. Keep it up. Pat, keep it up. Here we go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Come on, 2-2. Job, Quinn. Hey, 2nd and 9.
Second down and 9.
2nd and 9. 2nd and 9. That's good effort there, huh? You guys are flying. This is good. The defense is fighting back. Hey, that's a great job, man. Great job. Hey, that was great block on the perimeter. Awesome job. Job, Malik. Good rep. Next play. Job, Malik. Nice job. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Get in the huddle. Good ball, man. Job, CD. Good job, O-line. Go, go. Come on, DJ. Go get the ball, man. Good job, man. Great catch. Hell yeah, brother. Great job.
Hey, let them boys know when they're doing a good job, man. You know, give them that confidence with each play. Every time you tell them they're doing a good job. That's right, Chop. Get closer to God as an OG. More blessings coming your way, for sure. For sure.
Hey, slap it up. Tap it up, man. It's a hell of a practice. Get together with the offense. That's a hell of a practice. Hell of a day. Good practice. Good back and forth, man. That's competitive today. That's really good work, man. That's a long practice. It's hard. It's hot. I love the way the offense came out today. Like, I loved it, man. Running the ball, physical, throwing the ball, catching the ball, making plays. Then the defense responds. Then it goes back and forth. We all got to come out like that, man. You got to come out locked in and be detailed right away. The other thing is, don't save anything. I feel like some guys are kind of waiting it out a little bit, see how they feel, see how long practice is going to be, and then they kind of take off the end. Don't do that. Push yourself in practice right off the bat. Put it all out there, man. Some of you are. And then let your teammates pick you up and carry or let someone else go in. But we got to jump start fast. You guys all understand what I'm saying? That's a hell of a day. Like, hell of a day. Appreciate the work, how tough this team's becoming. Let's watch the film and be more detailed. Pat, Paul, you got him.
Hey, that was a competitive day. We got better today as a group, and that's going to build for this season. We got a chance to get something special on. Keep on building. Let's keep on attacking and competing each day. Let's go. Family out 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the head coach, man. Coach Halfley. His voice has command. His words sound intentional with meaning. There's a purpose behind his words. So we can only respect a head coach like that for sure. For sure. You guys let me know anything else you want me to answer, any questions you may have. You know, I'm gonna end the stream here. You know, we had 3 minutes, 14 seconds. So yeah, just let me know in the comments, whatever. I might have some miscellaneous stuff that I might want to react to. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Well, nothing really.
There's a walk sign right under you. Get your hands off the leg. Whenever I tell you, you can do a 3-point change. There's a walk sign right under you. Get your hands off the leg. Whenever I tell
Hey, y'all think they winning states this year? Y'all think them boys winning states this year? Let me know.
There's a walk sign right under you. Get your hands off the leg. Whenever I tell you, you can do a 3-point change.
Oh man. I couldn't believe this when I see this.
There's a walk sign right under you. Get your hands off the leg. Whenever I tell you, you can do a 3-point change.
I could have sworn there's another clip of them.
There's a walk sign right under you. Get your hands off the leg. Whenever I tell you, you can do a 3-point change.
Hold on, I'm gonna find the clip. Hold on, there's another clip. How much touchdown do you think the quarterback throwing? Oh man. No motivation from the coach at all. He just blowing the whistle. This is his first day playing football right here. First day playing football.
Harris, Travis, Swift.
He still got his game pants on.
Harris, Travis, Swift.
Trinity goes through conditioning drills during Thursday's practice. Hey, we're gonna see, man. Man, an impressive group of young men right here. Impressive group. You said who had a button-up shirt?
Harris, Travis, Swift.
I did never see anything like this.
Harris, Travis, Swift.
If you play football in high school, how much points your high school team putting up on these guys? How much points you think? Yeah, there's only 12 guys on the roster. I don't know if y'all seen that, but there's only 12 guys on the roster. I'll show you. Only 12 guys on the roster. Okay, conditioning is being emphasized at Trinity, who has a roster of just 12 players for 8-man football. So they can't even play in a regular football league, bro. That's how bad it is over there. Kids do not believe in the culture. They were in Dickies during practice. I feel like if you can't play in a regular high school football game, don't even try to like wait a year, try to get more funds for the school before even trying to open up a football program. Because what these eight kids gonna do? Who's gonna be blocking? I see one lineman. They got another lineman doing crunches in the back, right here, doing crunches in the back. Insane, man. Insane. Here we got clips of Arch Manning throwing.
Kick out. Finish it. Go, we go.
I think his arm got stronger.
Kick out. Finish it. Go, we go.
Texas got receivers, man. Texas got receivers. Look at this catch by Cameron. Definitely a first round draft pick. Definitely a first round draft pick.
And everybody stops and turns and looks at you because you're special. Vince had it. Right while Vince was laughing and dancing and cutting up, he was getting ready to put you under. He's getting ready to cut your throat, man, and throw you out of the way. So you better look out, because he was happy, he was confident, and he was telling everybody else, we're good, man. Well, the way Arch finished, he had confidence, he's a leader, and now he's all bought in. Last year, he'd started 2 games, and he loses his opener. He wasn't sure he was the guy yet. He's smart enough, and he's been around great leaders in his family. He didn't want to lead till he earned it. Now he's earned it. He walks in the room now, everybody stops. He's laughing, he's playing. This time last year, he's kind of shy and worried about what the media is going to say, and worried about this, worried about that, and didn't have an offensive line that he wanted, and didn't have running backs that he wanted, and a lot of missing pieces. Now he got all the pieces. So he walks in the room now like Vince walked in the room, and everybody stops and looks. And that's why they have a chance to win all the games.
People are saying, like, Arch Manning, he could be a Dolphin, but I don't think Malik Willis will be that bad for Arch Manning to be a Dolphin, but if it happens, then by all means, let's pick him up. Based off that last name alone, you're believing that you're drafting a franchise guy for your program, because both of his uncles made it to that level of being well-known guys for the team that they played for, and bringing rings, based off their last name. So if we get Arch Manning, most likely he'll bring us at least one ring, just based off the past, if you know what I'm trying to say. So it'll be a cool thing for us to get Arch Manning. I'm not praying on it, but if it happens, it happens.
Kick out. Finish it. Go, we go.
Because I know what it would take for us to get him. And the only thing that it would take would be us losing. See, the receivers are not slowing down when throwing the ball. not the strongest of arms. You know, kind of reminds me of Joe Burrow's throwing motion a little bit. I kind of do see that with him. You know, they're saying that he might stay another year. Who knows? But yeah, man. Like I said, I've been on stream for a long time, bro. Um, what else I gotta say? I'll be at practice tomorrow. I'll have some new content tomorrow for y'all. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe for more content. We'll be here for the whole season, reacting to the games and so on and so forth. And if that's it, man, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. You already know what it is. It's DGE, Dolphin Gang Entertainment. And it's your boy DG. And I'm gone.